If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, and welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, and I am the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing, but I'm also the founder of Forston Consultants. And guys, if I seem a little bit out of breath, I literally just ran up and down the stairs to get my tea made. Shay is on a little bit of a breakfast date today with some girlfriends, so I'm kind of by myself today. So welcome, everybody, and a big shout out to my TikTok crew. I was just live on TikTok for about 25, 30 minutes. So if you're still on TikTok, make sure you come over. And a big shout out again to Kwani, the TikTok family. Got Charlene here, vibing with Frankie, Kevin. I'm assuming all of y'all came from TikTok. Let me know in the chat if you came from TikTok. Let me know right now in the chat if you are somebody that came over from the TikTok. We're live right now on YouTube, and welcome, because as I promised you all, I'm going to show you guys a lot of more footage. And for anybody that's completely new to us, my name is Derek Forston, right? And just many years ago, I used to be a social worker, begging God to get into real estate and helping people. And I promised today to show you guys, how did I get into this? How did I discover it? Because what I often say, most of y'all prayed for something just like this. Your problem was people was hiding it from you, just like they did me for a long time. So before I get too deep, let me know if y'all can hear me. Sometimes I come in here talking, y'all can't hear a word I'm saying. 3 of y'all let me know. Miss Retha, let me know if you can hear me. Retha came from TikTok. Let me know, Kevin, if you can hear me. Miss Charlene, 3 or 4 y'all tell me, yeah, Derek, I can hear your big mouth. I just want to make sure that you all can hear me before I start teaching. Mr. Ronald said he can hear me. Perfect. The Jackson family said, yep. Miss Chung says, yep. Give me one more person just to make sure. One more person. Can y'all hear me okay? Miss Cynthia said yes. So again, let me know if you came from TikTok. I want to give y'all a shout out. You guys did what we call, you moved at the speed of instruction, and y'all kind of got a precursor to what this is. So I always tell you guys on TikTok, I'm able to only to show y'all like one picture. Today, I'm going to show you guys tons of pictures of how y'all can resign from your job 3 to 6 months from today. How many of you all, by typing in the chat, me, if you desire to walk off your job 3 to 6 months from today, type me in the chat. Even though I left my job a long time ago, I'm also going to type me just to start it off. I want you to type me in the chat if you desire to walk off your job and do something more meaningful in life, maybe one of these independent living facilities, which some of y'all thought was a group home or an ALF. And as I told my people on TikTok, I promised them that when they came over here, I was going to show them a bunch of stuff. And I want to show you guys how we make an impact while making income. Notice today's topic is profit with purpose. Because one thing I want y'all to understand real fast and right off the bat, these are not shelters. These are not some kind of place where people can come and live for free. And even though my heart breaks for the homeless person that needs a place to live, guys, I'll admit, the kind of program that I teach y'all, these independent living facilities, guys, we only house people that have a guaranteed income. So my older people and my veterans, y'all shout me out in the chat too. Y'all may have to help me in the chat. I got a lot of new people here. You guys know that we house adults that are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. That's the whole definition to us of what an ILF is. And just like I told you guys, I'm no different from a lot of y'all. I love God, I love people, and I love real estate. And my whole life, I've been trying to figure out how to get rich and make some money. I don't hide that, y'all. I've been poor most of my life. And I don't mean poor as in like eating out of garbage cans. But what I'm talking about is never having enough. Miss Tia, do you know what never having enough feels like? I hope you don't. Katara, do you know what not having enough feels like? I hope you don't, but most of us has had that feeling. And guys, I'll just be honest with y'all, because when you're going to find out from me today, especially my TikTok people that's new to me, Miss Corny, you're going to find out I got a big mouth and I tell y'all all my business. And I'm just transparent. That's what some people call it. Guys, I was poor most of my life as this social worker, begging God to change my life, begging God to get into real estate. And dumbing me, God gave me everything I ever asked him for. So I asked God, I said, God, I want to help people. He used my wife Shay to trick me to go to college and get a job. I said, God, I want to get into real estate. He also used real estate to show me, Derek, here go a bunch of people being mistreated through real estate. Does that make sense, everybody, so far? I saw a lady making 41 grand a month housing people in rats and roaches. The devil is a liar. I watched a girl walk into my hospital with her red bottom shoes on, Miss Cynthia, her Gucci purse, her Fendi outfit, Miss Charlene. In the case of y'all ain't up on like, clothes and stuff, that's really high expensive stuff. Driving to my hospital in her Mercedes Benz, her Cadillac Escalades, Miss Quarney. And Miss Retha, these are some of the conditions that I saw from this lady. Now, before I go too fast in this story, this same lady that I'm telling y'all about, I really respected this lady, y'all. I thought she was the creme de la creme when it came to housing. But when I found out that she was housing people in rats and in roaches and in filth and in squalor, it broke my heart. So I tell people right now, especially my TikTok people that just discovered me today for the first time, guys, this ain't rocket science what I'm going to talk about today. But watch this. What makes this so cool, I'm no pastor, I'm no bishop, but this does involve the love of God in his ministry. When I was growing up, a lot of people in my family said, that boy going to be a preacher. Derek going to be a preacher. Derek going to grow up and preach the gospel. And guys, I'll admit, I'm no preacher. I have no desire to be a preacher, but I do have a ministry. And it's housing the homeless, the displaced, the needy, the elderly, the senior, the woman that's escaping domestic violence. And I'll quickly get through this story because I can spend 2 hours on this one story. When people always say, well, Derek, what was the camera that broke your back, bro? This right here. When I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floors paying $750 for a bed, y'all, this broke my heart. And it was a Saturday, just like today, Miss Tia. If y'all could close your eyes and think of a Saturday like today, around 10:10 today, 8 years ago, me, y'all new big brother, I went to all of these addresses where all of these houses were because I was the social worker. Dummy me, want to do this my whole life, and they was right underneath my nose, and I really kind of didn't realize it. Again, if you on TikTok, make sure you come over to YouTube. We showing all the footage. And the TikTok channel is getting ready to shut down. Make sure you guys come to YouTube at Forston Consultants. It's right up above those two beds. It's Forston Consultants. Come to YouTube because I'm getting ready to shut TikTok down. Guys, this is what broke the camel's back. Miss Cynthia, when I saw that lady sleeping on that kitchen floor, because Cynthia, what you don't know, guess who sent her there? Mr. Ronald, I sent that lady there. But before you think I'm a bad person, AP, I never saw the inside of one of these places. I sat behind a desk. I had a pad, a pen, a telephone, and a computer. And my job was that when people were getting discharged and needed a place to live, my job was to refer them to housing. But what if you live in a city to where the only option for housing had the rats and roaches and the filth and the grime? And y'all, on a Saturday 8 years ago, I said, Derek, nobody want to teach you this, bro. Everybody keep telling you, no, Derek, I won't teach you. I said, Derek, just go and see what they look like. At least get a starting point. And y'all, when I walked in these places and the stuff that I saw, it was just heartbreaking. Guys, you ever smelled poverty? And if you don't know what poverty smells like, the first time you smell it, Kevin, you will know what it is. The other thing that broke my heart, Jordan family, is that when we walked in, I noticed about 14 people inside of a 3-bed, 2-bath home. The devil is a liar. And one of the doors had a lock on it. Can you imagine that, Miss Anna? Miss Goodwin, can you imagine 14 people in a 3-bed, 2-bath home and one of the doors has got a lock on it? So now we're talking a 2-2. And Miss Dorothy, watch this. Not because I'm a mean guy, but I tell people that if this story don't break your heart, you on the wrong YouTube channel. If you can find out somebody was making 41 grand a month living y'all dream, how many of y'all dream to get into housing people? But the devil is a liar that will make it look like this. Guys, I walked into places that the kitchen was burnt up. Beds were on the ground with no bed rails, no sheets, no pillow, no comforter. Can 5 of y'all type in the chat heartbreaking? Because again, if this don't break your heart, I'll admit you on the wrong YouTube channel. If you don't want to make a bunch of money helping people doing God's will, you on the wrong YouTube channel. If you also think this is the right way to do it, you on the wrong YouTube channel. The devil is a liar that we're going to make it look like this, y'all, and you make 41 grand a month. How dare you pray to God to change your life financially and you do this? Lord have mercy. Once again, if you're on the YouTube channel, guys, I'm begging you to come over. Excuse me, if you're on TikTok, I'm begging you to come to YouTube. That's where I'm showing everything. Miss Charlene, call me a liar if I'm not showing you more than the picture that I showed you on TikTok. I told all y'all, I give you permission to call me a liar. On TikTok, you saw one picture, standard. I'm on YouTube now showing everything at Forston Consultants. And I'm shutting TikTok down in less than 15 seconds. Miss ALM, look like you just came in. You're a nursing student. Come on in. Guys, this is what I saw as I was praying to God to change my life, just like most of y'all. How many of y'all love God, love people, and love real estate, but you smart enough to know that if you make 41 grand a month, we ain't gonna house these people in these kind of conditions, right or wrong? Does that make sense? And I often joke with people, and I say this every time, but if you don't have your glasses on today, those are cinder blocks holding that bed up, Miss Anna. Miss Dorothy, can you see those cinder blocks or can nobody see my pictures? 5 of y'all said, Derek, but I can see this garbage, Derek. Lord have mercy. The fan is on the banana box, y'all. Roaches was coming out of that. Can you see why now, Miss Jillian? I said, boy, I got to quit this job. I got to get out of here. And because my wife in here today, y'all, I can use that Q word quit. Shay hates that word quit. We use the word resign. We don't quit nothing. But can y'all see why I want to leave that job? Miss Frankie, can you understand now when I found out that I was contributing to this, how I said, ooh, I got to get out of here. And when the lady showed me she was making the kind of money doing this, y'all, that's what really took the cake. But when I saw the lady on the kitchen floor that I sent there, because I never knew the conditions, Miss Elaine, this broke my heart. And that's why I tell people, boy, if this don't break your heart, and if you don't want to change this, I'll admit that I'm not the guy for you. This model of housing is not the guy for you. But boy, if you love God, if you love people, you got some patience, and you love real estate, ding, 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 ding. Show me something else that's better than this other than going to start your own church, Elaine. Elaine, unless you want to be a pastor, and I'm no priest, bishop, or pastor, I can't think of another thing that I can get into and do God's will, help people. And some of y'all scared to say this last part, but I've been poor my whole life. Y'all, I want to make a bunch of money doing this. I want to make a bunch of money with whatever I'm doing so that I can feed my family. But even before that, I want to build the kingdom. Somewhere in that good book in that Bible, it says, seek ye first the kingdom and all of his righteousness. And that stuff you want, Miss Cynthia, God said it'd be added unto you. Lord have mercy. Let me keep this story moving because I can stay a long time just right here. Because again, I always must show the people where did it come from. My TikTok people that just found me today, does this make more sense to you now than me just running my mouth earlier? Give me 5 of my people from TikTok. It was a bunch of y'all, but give me 5 of y'all that said, Derek, bro, I see what you talking about now, bro. I didn't get it on TikTok. Miss Cynthia, I'm going to pretend that it's just me and you in this room. Actually, I'm going to add Cynthia, Elaine, and Dorothy. Just y'all 3 for right now. Does that make sense so far, what I just told you? And before you answer it, the original mommy, watch this. When I tell you that this does not require a license, you don't have to own the property, there's no state oversight, there's no $30,000 sprinkler system, and we rent and we lease these places. Why would this be rocket science, Miss Angela, if I just told you all of that? And I got a lot more footage to go and a lot more things to talk about. But by now, if God has already told you to get into something like this, you should be trying to figure out, boy, how do I get into this coaching? Because I got coaching for everybody. I got free coaching Monday, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here. And guess what, Angela? They're all recorded. I got over 775 videos. When you come to my YouTube channel and you click that button that says live, 775 videos. That's for the people who say, Derek, I can't afford your coaching, bro. But for the one, you know what the value of this is and what God has already spoken in your heart. Because for such a time as this, he made you and me bump into each other. You had no clue why you was on YouTube today. You had no clue why you came to TikTok and saw me earlier. You know why? Because you prayed for it and so did I. Because guess what my prayer sounds like at nighttime? God, can you send us great people? Not the lady that housed people in rats and roaches. Not the lady that would house people in squalor and tell them either they live in rats and roaches, Derek, or they live outside. God, can you send us good people that would never go for something like that? God, can you send me people that if they saw rats and roaches, which they're going to come sometimes, that they'll put pest control into place? Guys, it's not rocket science. The roaches are going to come. The little mouse, he's going to come. And the little mouse going to have babies. The difference between us, all of y'all, and that lady, we're going to all put pest control and do something about it. That girl said, Derek, they either sleep in these rats and roaches or they can go outside. The devil is a liar if you under my coaching that your mindset would be like that, Miss Elaine. Nobody under my coaching or just under the sound of my voice, you are allowed to house people in this. And again, if you just joined us, we're only discussing independent living facilities, which is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. That's the definition. And just like I said to most of y'all, and not because I'm some prophet or a preacher, y'all been praying for something just like this. You just couldn't find us. Congratulations, God has answered your prayer today. Now, lucky for all of y'all, watch me keep this story moving because I also want to take a bunch of questions. My new people, you don't know this. I don't just come on here and teach. I answer 1,000 questions a minute because my job, whether you buy anything from me or not, is to answer questions. But Miss Dorothy, there is nothing like that one-on-one coaching. Watch this, Miss Dorothy. After I saw these conditions, I said, first of all, I got to leave this job because I can't be a part of this. Second of all, this girl showed me she was making 41 grand a month. Let me speak directly into my microphone. This girl was making $41,000 a month. And y'all, I was making $28,000 a year. Don't take a mathematician to realize that I was well behind where I should be. But lucky for y'all, it took me 2 years and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this thing out. But oh boy, once we got it, this is what it should look like now. And guys, it really ain't rocket science because I'm going to take a regular 3-bed, 2-bath home, 4-bed, 2-bath home, 5-bed, 3-bath home. Guys, it can be a 1-bed, 1-bath home. And we're going to take people from homeless to hopeful. And again, it's going to look like this, not the rats and roaches and the filth and the grime and the squalor. And trust me, you're going to house some people that are not as neat as you are. No problem. But I'll be that gummed if we're going to have them living in squalor. Guys, remember, if you're trying to get into this, rule number one, we want to change the trajectory of their life and where they're going, where they're trying to go. Because if we get housing right, Miss Retha, everything else can fall into place. With God's help, our coaching, and you putting your hands to the plow, I want y'all to leave your job between 3 to 6 months of meeting us. Now, if you say, now, Derek, I got a great job, bro. My job don't bother me. Derek, my job is pretty gravy. Then we tell you to keep your job and you just double up. My brother used to teach it from that model. Keep your job and do this. I'll admit, as soon as I discovered this, I wanted to get out of that place. So I'm somebody, and most of y'all just like me, raise your hand that if you say, Derek, if you teach me this, bro, I'm leaving my job. Let me know that also if you got a great job, you come in when you want to, you leave when you get ready, and nobody bothers you. You say, Derek, no, bro, I'm going to keep my job. I'm going to double up, Derek. Let me know in the chat now, what would you do? How many people are like me? You say, Derek, I want to go, bro. Like, I'm ready to go, Derek. But how many say, well, Derek, man, my job ain't that bad, bro, and I can probably do both of these. Because through my coaching, we're going to teach you how you can kind of keep both. Because there is a right time to leave. God's going to tell us, our coaching is going to tell you, there's a right time to leave, ladies and gentlemen. And as I'm seeing in that chat, some of y'all are ready to go. Miss Rita, ready to go. Miss Elaine says, I'm leaving. Quanta says, I'm leaving. Miss Dorothy says, absolutely. Cynthia says, have to go, Derek. And our coaching, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, that's who it's for. And I tell people, watch this, y'all. So much of stuff comes with our coaching. But I always tell people, I don't sell packages and coaching and websites and ebooks, and I give you that stuff for free. My coaching is the study of the transformation of your life. I sell transformation, not packages and paperwork. But my coaching is so good. We build your website. I give you all the paperwork and all the documents, which cost me $8,000. Because dummy me, I did this wrong 8 years ago and made the Channel 8 news in the wrong way. So today, Miss Angela, I give y'all the paperwork that my lawyer charged me $8,000 for. You get it in my package. My one-on-one package, guys, is lower than the paperwork that they charge me for. I know you need a virtual assistant because most of y'all are just like me and you're not good at social media, just like me. So I give you a virtual assistant from the Philippines because I own the virtual assistant staffing agency. I know you need a website, so I give you your website and your CRM system through my coaching. There is nothing you need through my coaching that's not already provided. Our one-on-one coaching is $5,000. The DIY is $500. All year long, that's a sale because normally the one-on-one coaching is $7,500. But the year of 2025, the entire year, it's on sale. Don't even have to ask. $5,000 for the one-on-one coaching, $500 for the DIY. What's cool about both of those packages, I still build your website. I still give you all the paperwork, all the curriculum, all the ebooks. In fact, go to forsterconsultants.com right now while we're here. No rush, because I got all day today. Shay is not here to y'all today because I may stay a long time today, y'all. Y'all know when Shay here, my wife, we kind of stay on the schedule. Shay is on break, so God, I may be here a long time today. Take advantage of that. So I'm seeing the questions in the chat. The ILF Master Blueprint, guys, is normally $7,500. So my new people, you don't know this, but if you go to my website right now, you will see $4,997, and I take care of the tax. And everything you need to do this business comes from us. You don't come to me and get coaching and have to go and find a website, find a VA, find social media, go and get MailChimp. I give you the digital marketing because I own the business. One thing about our coaching, guys, is ironclad. Nothing beats it. I'm the guy that used to be the social worker. Now I'm on this side. And everything you need to run it, we offer. You don't go outside. It's all in my package. And for the whole year of 2025, they're both on sale. $5,000 or $500, and we also offer financing. And I got a free version. Remember, if you buy nothing from me, that's between you and God. I don't control that. God has been good to me and my family. We don't beg nobody for coaching. You know that if God has put it in your heart. I can't control that. If God merged me and you together today, the devil is a liar that you don't take advantage of one of these coaching products. Like you say, well, Derek, I ain't got no money. But show up every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday and get it for free. Soak up the YouTube channel. Remember the promise I made to God 8 years ago? God, if you let me get into this, I'll go all over the world teaching, and I'll never take any credit. Watch me do that right now. Guys, without God, this is baloney. Without God, nothing's possible. With God, most of y'all gonna think I'm a genius by the time I'm done today. But I'm no genius. I barely finished high school. My wife, Shay, tricked me to go to college. Through the grace of God, I finished college and landed that job as a social worker to later in life show y'all what God has put in your heart. Ever heard that scripture that says, write the vision and make it plain so that he that readeth it can run with it? That don't mean me. That means when Miss Junie reads it, when Miss Retha reads it, when Kwani reads it, when Cynthia reads it, when Miss Elaine reads it, when the Jordan family reads it, when the Angela Zeno reads it, the Brooks family reads it, that y'all can run with it. God put me on assignment. Derek, you're going to go through the bumps, the bruises, the trials, the tribulations, Morgan & Morgan, Channel 8 News. Guys, I went through a $40,000 lawsuit to get this right. I made the Channel 8 News in a bad way. Not because I was like the lady that housed people in rats and roaches. I just didn't know what I was doing. So, guys, all my mistakes is what the gist of my coaching is. And what y'all are looking at on this screen are called independent living facilities. No license required. You don't have to own the property. No $30,000 sprinkler system. None of that stuff. And the only requirement, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Imagine being able to do God's will, help people, and being respected by your community, but also making enough money to feed your family. That's my prayer for everybody I come into contact with. God answered that prayer for me, y'all. It took a lot of time and a lot of years. I just told you I've been poor most of my life. One of my prayers was, hey, God, you showed me a lady that was making 41 grand a month housing your people in rats and roaches. God, I make 28 grand a year. I wouldn't mind making 28 grand a month. God, I'm not greedy, but God, I can barely feed my family right now with 28 grand a year. I said, God, if you let me get into this, I'll go all over teaching it. That was one of my prayers. I just made a commitment. So you all being here today is a part of that commitment. Does that make sense? 5 of y'all put in the chat, Derek, like this makes sense, bro. And I asked this on TikTok earlier. I'm going to ask again. This is the one I'm actually going to the chat because I want to see it. How many of all you all would say that you're like me and you prayed for something just like this, but you just didn't know where to get started? Put in the chat right now, if you prayed for something just like this, but you didn't know where to get started at, put that in the chat. I want to know if I'm the only one. I'm actually going in the chat right now. I want to know if I want to know if I'm the only one that was praying to get into some kind of real estate thing, but still, God, I want to help people. That was my prayer. And guys, I'm so transparent. I tell you guys all the time, like, I don't pray like this. Thou heavenly Father, I come to you so humbly. I just talk just like I'm talking to y'all. I say, God, you love that girl just like you love me, even though she mistreating your people. God, she making 41 grand a month. She able to feed her family. I say, God, I make 28 grand a year. God, I'm struggling to feed my family. I say, God, I want to be the biggest giver at my church. I want to be a prominent person in my community. Dummy me, God said, Derek, open up your eyes, boy. I gave you everything you asked me for, Derek. I'm like, how? God was like, Derek, you want to be in real estate? Look at all these people being mistreated through real estate. Derek, you want to help people? Why do you think I use your wife Shay to get you to go to that school? all to come out to what I am today. I speak all over the world now about this. And I want to become your coach now. I want to become your big brother. How do we take a single family property and take people from homeless to hopeful and I have to own the property and no license? Because the people that we're housing y'all are completely independent. They cook their own bologna sandwich. They take their own medications and they provide their own transportation through Uber, Lyft, their cousin, their insurance company, whoever other than me. Does that make sense, everybody? Or am I losing anybody today? I know that we've only been together for 30 minutes and 34 seconds because I got a timer on here. My TikTok people got me for extra 20 minutes, but am I losing anybody? Does everybody understand that there's a model of housing that you all can get into starting today that doesn't require a license? You don't have to go out and buy a property. Miss Rhonda, I thought I had to buy the place years ago. The girl that did it in Rats and Roaches, she said, Derek, you think I own these places? She said, Derek, I don't own these houses. I said, you don't? She said, no. She said, Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro, but I don't own these places. I said, and in my mind, I said, enough said, done deal. I said, I got to figure this out. Back to the 2 years, and I lost 60 pounds trying to get it. And now today, I teach you all of what took me 2 years and 60 pounds. I used to be kind of a chubby guy. I'm kind of a slim model now. Because when I got this vision, y'all, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep. So I lost a lot of weight. Start going into the gym. Start going to conferences. Start going to listen to others speak about real estate. In fact, I got a free real estate dictionary book on my website for free. You got to understand the lingo, guys. If you don't understand the lingo, sometimes you get lost in the sauce, as the young people call it nowadays, right? I don't want you guys getting lost in the sauce. And most of this stuff on camera that you see is gently used. I don't go to rooms to go to buy this stuff, Missy Lane. Miss Rhonda, you think I went to rooms to go to get this stuff? Because if you're not my friend on Facebook, you missing all the ways I get this stuff. Missy Lane, Rhonda, Miss Retha, all of my new people, make sure you friend request me today, right now, actually. On Facebook, Derek Forster, friend. And what's more important than being my friend, go in there and be nosy. Go and look at what we're doing and how you can walk off your job 3 to 6 months, starting today, to do this thing that God has probably already put in your heart. Now, I'm in the chat now. I'm going to see who said that they actually prayed for something like this. Because you just like 3 or 4 or 5 people. I'm going to look. If you haven't put it yet, I want to know who's prayed to get into something like this and also has a desire to leave your job in 3 to 6 months. I'm going in the chat right now, actually. I want to see. Let me see. Who do we talk to about naming our website? That's going to be... That's Quanty. Quanty's already a part of us. Quanty, that's going to be, they sent you an email at info@digitalflowsolutions.net, info@digitalflowsolutions.net. Respond to that. Because I think you said, who do we talk to about naming our website? So if you have the name, you want to give it to us, give it to them in that same email that they sent you to create your website. You got an email, and y'all, just because if you lost, Quanty is somebody that purchased our DIY. We got 2 coaching products, y'all. I hold your hand, or DIY, do it on your own. Both of those, we still build your website and give you the CRM system because we're just great like that. We don't want you to fail. So I think what she's asking is, how does she get the name over to them? So if that's what you're saying, absolutely. Let me check the chat. I want to know who prayed for this. I don't see one. Okay, Quanty says she prayed for this. Who else? Let me see. Maybe it's just me and Quanty then. Quanty, maybe it's just me and you then. A lot of y'all say it makes sense. Okay. I was told it was my calling. Retha, exactly. Elaine says, I prayed for something like this. Exactly. So even if it's only three of us and the rest of y'all, you still kind of trying to figure it out, no problem. I just wanted to know because usually, Miss Chong, by the time we come in a room like this and I begin to speak about it within 30 minutes, sometimes 3 to 30 minutes, somebody says, wow, I've been praying for this. But people have been hiding it from me. And we call it for such a time as this, Miss Rhonda. And why wait? Because guess what? One of our other quotes are, don't wait to be great. If you got the option to be great, why would we wait on that? Guys, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to come right back. I'm going to answer some questions and I'm going to jump into some more teaching. But before we go anywhere, just please remember again, guys, this isn't rocket science in terms of the concept of what it is. No license because the people that we serve are independent. Make sense? And I can rent or lease the property. Some of y'all should be dancing in your living room right now. Guys, I worked a job for 9 years before the light bulb came on and says, Derek, what are you doing? Why not be the guy on the other side of that fence? We're going to take a break. So when I come back, I want to answer some questions. Make sure also that if you want our original webinar, I'm going to put a prompt right up here. And it's if you text the phrase more info, just MOREINFO, just those 2 words to the phone number 407-326-0086. I'm going to put that on the screen. That'll give you our webinar, which also leads to a call with me to talk about how can we get you started. Now, if it's just general questions, come to YouTube and we all learn together. But if you say, no, Dick, I want that coaching, bro, let's talk about that. That's more so of a phone call. Okay, so we're going to take a quick commercial break and we're coming right back.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So thank y'all so much for being here. I super appreciate it. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but y'all chose to be here, and I really appreciate that. My TikTok people, let me know if I kept my promise and I showed y'all and talked about a whole lot more than what you could see on TikTok. On TikTok, guys, I can only show like that one picture in that frame using that green screen. Let me know if I kept my promise, because if I didn't, I want you to call me a liar in the chat. I'm really good about making sure that I do what I say. Our coaching is also just like that. So I'm also going to go in the chat. But before I do that, I want to just kind of call out some quick announcements and some things that I did in the last few days. I'm super excited about a meeting that I had yesterday with Lieutenant Graham. In fact, if the Graham family is on here, I want to give you guys a personal shout out. Husband and wife duo team. And just super excited about the opportunity to meet with Lieutenant Graham at what I'll call the OCCRR. And that stands for Orange County Center for Recovery and Reentry. So it's literally a program where ex-inmates, after people have served their sentence, sometime the last 4 to 6 months of that, they can go into this program to where it's kind of like work release, to where they learn about jobs and just being a better person. But guess what they need desperately? Housing. Housing is always the number one need. So big shout out to Lieutenant Graham for allowing me to come by to not only tour the facility, but also get a chance to talk to him about the need, which I'll admit, guys, that list was this long. Like, it was a long list, but right at the top was transitional housing. So one of the things that I'm often telling you guys is that relationship is a big part of what this is. Without relationship, second chance housing, guys, would not exist. This needs relationship. How are you going to fill these 2 beds that you see on that screen if there's no relationship? So again, we teach you all relationship is the key to all of this. Going to events, having speaking engagements, anything concerning housing in your community. That can be at the local homeless shelter, the Goodwill, the Salvation Army, or a meeting with your reentry recovery center where you live at. Every city you live in got one. So again, guys, I'm just excited about that opportunity because it's going to bring more opportunity than even what I'm talking about here. So if you're an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, we're going to probably go a little bit deeper on some of those opportunities. And that also, if you're local to me, those opportunities actually go deeper. Because if you live here, I want to show you guys how that works. And again, this covers a question that we get a lot that talk about with Derek. Do you guys work with the jail system? Absolutely. Right? So according to what you're comfortable with, that's kind of up to you. I'm not bothered by working with the jail system or the prison system. My whole program is called Second Chance. So I believe no matter where they've been in life, they all deserve a second chance, especially when it comes to housing. Does that make sense, everybody? So I'm just super excited about that. And again, this is why we call this purpose-driven real estate, PDR, because this is different from Airbnb. This is different from short-term rental. This is different from you just rent to a mom, dad, and 3 kids. I do all of that stuff. But this one housing model, just again, guys, this is the one that your heart got to be in it. You can run Airbnb and your heart don't have to be in it. You can run short-term rental, your heart don't have to be in it. You can run rentals for insurance companies, your heart don't have to be in it. This, because of the people that we're serving, your heart must be in it, because if not, you're going to end up doing people a more of a disservice, and you're going to mistreat people versus giving them really, really good, what I'll call a great environment. Okay, so one of the other things that we also talk about that mixes in right into that, what population are you going to serve? Military veterans, elderly adults, and it goes on and on and on. But before we get there, I like to talk about these 2 points. You choose your population by first, what is your lifestyle currently? Are you real busy? Do you have like 6 kids and a needy husband? Do you have like 3 kids, but they're all involved in sports 5 days a week, and you're also tied to your church community? Meaning, again, and the example is this: I'm real busy today, y'all. God has tremendously blessed my life once we got into this. My wife and I own 8 businesses, right? And it started from this one. This one business for us is our tree trunk. And everything that branched off from it is kind of like the limbs. So I truly believe God blessed this thing because it's ministry. And trust me, y'all, I ain't no pastor, I'm not a priest, and I'm surely not a bishop. But I'm crazy about God. He's crazy about me. And I found the cheat code in life that if I got a business that serves God and people, ding, 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 ding. So, but if I say I want to house teenagers from the foster care system, but you got a busy life and you're never around, that's not going to work with that population, because I'm so busy today. Elderly adults and military veterans and working individuals are my 3 favorite, because they, oh Lord, that thing scared me, because they have no need for me. Meaning, once I turn on the lights, the water, the Wi-Fi, remember, independent living facility. Independent is the main word, which means they can cook their own bologna sandwich. They can provide their own transportation through Uber, Lyft, or the insurance company. And they can take their own medications without me trying to pretend to be a nurse and getting in trouble. That's what get a lot of people in trouble in this kind of business. And let me give it to you again really slowly. In ILF, you don't need this stuff. But most people try to get it. They get in trouble because they try to do these things that they shouldn't be doing. Don't be cooking for these people. That's a no-no. Don't be driving them around. That's a no-no. And don't be administering medications. That's a no-no. I just saved all y'all a $20,000 lawsuit right there. That's what I also thought back in the day. I got to have a license. Derek, you got to give out meds. When I saw that lady housing people, and she said, Derek, I don't got no license. Derek, I don't own these places. And I make 41 grand a month doing it. I say, wow. And then I found out about the rats and roaches. So my respect for that lady dropped tremendously once I found that out. She was my hero in the beginning. When I saw the rats and roaches, I said, nah, I'm going to get into it and I'm going to change the way homeless people are being viewed and I'm going to change the way they live it. So that's why when you Google my name now, I fill that whole front page up because all I talk about is housing. I'm no different from anybody else. You know that if you type their name in, the whole front page get filled up. God is blessed me that I'm like that now. 7 years ago, I used to dream of when people say, you can Google me. Google me. That was the whole thing. Google me. I tried to Google myself one time and nothing popped up. Today, if you type in Derek Forston, ILF, I'll fill that whole front page up because this is all I talk about, which is another point to how we going to advertise and market. We'll get there later. I'm talking about lifestyle today. If you real busy, leave those teenagers from the foster care system alone. Because of how they grew up, drug addicted, abusive parents, they're usually not good kids. So if you don't have the heart for it and the time, leave them alone because you'll do them more of a disservice. But if you say, Derek, I got the time, Derek, I got the patience, Derek, I got the wherewithal, and Derek, I got your coaching, I'll be just fine. You go right ahead there. You busy people, stay out of that. Know what you can do. Also allow the community to dictate the need. Because what if you say, Derek, I want to house veterans. But what if the first 13 calls you get are from middle-aged women with jobs and they're not veterans? Do you just say, ma'am, I'm sorry. We don't house people like y'all. Click. Under my coaching, everybody deserves a chance. And with the HRA model, I don't care if you say, Derek, I don't care what you say, bro. I'm only housing veterans. With the HRA model, you can. Because this is what the call sounds like when you get a call from somebody that's not a veteran. Hey, Mr. Joe, how's it going? Oh, you want housing for, you're a veteran? Oh, you're not a veteran. Oh, you just got a job? No problem. I know several other programs that house people just like you, Mr. Joe. I want to give you some referrals. Do you got a pen and paper? Or would you prefer I email it? See how we still try to help it versus saying, hey, we only house veterans. Bye. The devil is a liar. Mr. Joe, no problem. My current program only houses veterans, but I know 2 other places that'll serve you right now today. You got a pen and paper, sir? So we're always going to be a resource. So before I get into who you should house, I always talk about this. Choose according to your lifestyle. Well, first, talk to God. God, who you want me to take care of? Allow them to come through my pipeline and my phone line. Because, God, I want to do your will. This ain't about me, God. Derek taught me that this ain't about me. This is bigger than me. God, you and I going to build this thing. You show me who to serve. So what are you saying, Derek? Get rid of your idea. It's kind of how it works, guys. But I still say, what is your desire, though? At least put it out there. God, I know Derek told me to ask you first and, to kind of let the community, but God, I would sure love to house veterans. If you see that fit in my city, God, can you line that up? That's just how I pray, y'all. So right along here, anybody that's 18 years or older, it starts there. Anybody that's an elderly adult, this is one of my favorite. Military veteran, love them. The working individual, probably within my top 3. But 90% of people that I house, they don't have no job. They don't have to wake up and, gonna go to work today. They get a check, as some of y'all call it, but it's on a debit card today. And it's called Direct Express. Anybody that gets a payment from the government, from that SSI or SSDI, is called Direct Express. Or in Florida, it is. And I'm sure everywhere else too. And it's a MasterCard, and that's how we get paid, Johnson family. You guys actually, you're newer to me. Derek, how we get paid if they're homeless? I'm showing you right now. They either need to have a job, SSI or SSDI. Here's another one. Teenagers aging from the foster care system. I talked about this. Great population, but if you lack patience If you got a short temper or if you real busy, you leave this population alone. Understood, everybody? 5 of y'all put understood, Derek. I get it. You will do them more of a disservice. Guys, they come from a rough background, y'all, and it ain't their fault. It's the parents usually from being drug addicted or being abusive, either physically, mentally, sometimes spiritually. Make sense, everybody? You're asking, how do you charge? What is the pricing model? Well, we got that shared room that I've showed you a lot of today that has those 2 beds in it. So no matter what, most of the people that call your phone, they're going to want this. This is what they want. This is what they can afford. But every now and again, you're going to want that guy to say, well, Derek, I heard you talk about that private room, bro. Tell me more about that. Derek, what does that private room look like? Because, Derek, I shared a room most of my life, bro, and I haven't shared a room since I was 25 years old, Derek, and I don't want to share one no more. You ain't got nothing else, Derek? That's when we offer that private room, y'all. And I'll bring up one of those. I'm sure you saw, but let me bring you up one real quick here. Let me find one. I got a slide for every question y'all ever ask or ever think about, right? So this is that private room. This guy says, Derek, I don't want no roommate, bro. I'm grown, Derek. No problem, sir. But what about the guy says, Derek, I also don't want to share a bathroom with nobody else, bro. Well, we can kind of help that too. That's called a private suite. So within this one model, there's 3 housing models. The shared model, which fits everybody usually. That's those 2 beds in that one room. Understood? That next model is that private one. No roommate, but he still share the hallway bathroom with everybody else. And then that guy that makes so much income, he said, hey, Miss Quaney, I don't want your shared room and I don't want your private room either. Man, Shawnee, I do have cancer and I got treatment 3 days a week and I want a private room because when they put that port in, I just don't like to be around a bunch of people for like infection or whatever. I want a private room. No problem, sir. Our private room starts at, you give him that number. If he can afford it, you move him in. If he can't afford it, you educate him how he need to drop it down into that shared room. So sometimes, as I explained to y'all, sometimes you'll find yourself educating people on what they can afford. Makes sense, everybody, so far that we're talking about independent living facilities, an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. These are not group homes, not ALFs, not IDDs. All of those require a license. This model does not. Moving right along. Another thing that I want to talk about is if you're blessed to buy a property, I wouldn't even consider renting if I were you. That just cuts the time down in half in terms of you even have to ask for permission. Because when you rent or lease it, we got to ask for permission for what we're going to do in it. So to answer your question, the Cruzan family, yes, we tell the owner what we're doing in this place. There's certain verbiage that goes with it depending on who you're talking to, where they're located and blah, 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 blah. But essentially, what led to a $40,000 lawsuit for me, dummy Derek, because I didn't know. Guys, remember my whole job 8 years ago that I didn't know about was to go through all of these dumb mistakes so that y'all don't have to. In fact, I wrote a book called How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco, the 12 dumbest mistakes I ever made. In that book, I talked about dummy me, put Derek Forston on that lease agreement. I'm finna save somebody a bunch of money and a lot of time. Do not put your name, Miss Cynthia, on that lease agreement. You want to come up with a business, and that's what goes on your lease agreement. And if you cleaning your house up and got your earphones in and you ain't looking at the screen, I'm showing you my shirt today that says Second Chance Housing. They trust that, not Derek. And also when it comes down for a lawsuit, guess who they're going after? So we want to protect you, Kelly family. You got a family, Miss Elaine. Let's see, protect your family. Leave Elaine out of it. Let's start Kelly Solutions, Kelly Foundation. Kelly Enterprise, EK Project, EK Foundation, anything else other than Elaine Kelly, anything other than Cynthia Smith, anything other than D. Ross, Courtney Clark, none of that stuff. Dummy me, I didn't know that. So when the lawsuit came, bam. Oh no. Guess what the LLC does for you? It serves as a shield. Then you need a general liability policy. Dummy me, didn't have that either. I told y'all, man, my whole coaching is built on all the dumb mistakes I made so that you don't have to. My job is to save y'all money so that you can make a bunch of it. Does that make sense? That's why I enjoy this so much, because I don't want to see y'all make the mistakes I made. My job is that y'all skip the line. Remember back in our club days when y'all went to the club? Now, if you was kind of a little bougie and you wanted to be a little, you didn't wait in the long line. You went VIP. Miss D. Ross, did you ever wait in the regular line? Miss Elaine, did you ever wait in the regular line at the club? All these comedy shows y'all go to, Jermaine Mills, you a dude. Did you ever wait in the regular line? Now, sometimes we do. But boy, sometimes when things are well, things are right, and you want to be viewed a certain way, you want to, man, we go VIP to skip the line, y'all. That's what my coaching is like. We're skipping the line to all the dumb mistakes I made. Now, if you want to, you can a la carte my stuff and buy it individually. But if you smart, you get one of these two packages, which everything come with both of them. There is not a product that I've created that y'all kind of don't get. Both packages. The only difference is the one-on-one coaching, you get me, just like this, Monday through Friday, and every 2 weeks, a set coaching. The DIY, you just said to me, Derek, I can do this on my own, bro. I don't need your help, Derek. You said you put all the stuff in it, Derek, all your ebooks, all your coaching, all the curriculum, Derek, all the paperwork that you paid for, you give it to us? Yep. I told you guys, I don't sell paperwork. I don't sell packages. I sell transformation. I'm the guy you come to when you say, I'm fed up in life now and I want to change stuff financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, and it starts with this theme that's called this ILF model. Does that make sense, everybody? I'm the guy you come to, and the reason why it's so great, it ain't because of me. God is all over this thing. And excuse me if you're not a spiritual person. Some people call it religious. Guys, I don't hide it. We love God and we love people. And we learn to merge it together. And to me, that's the cheat code to life. Every business I have today, all 8 of them serve people. That's why they're so successful. None of my businesses serve me. Guys, an orange tree doesn't eat its own fruit. Does that make sense? An orange tree serves other people to come pick the fruit for the enjoyment. You've never seen a watermelon eat itself. It's for other people once it grows. Boy, that's a great analogy. Lord have mercy. And guys, I just want to be the tool that you use to get you where you need to go. And guess what? We both gonna sing, God did it. We gonna do it together. But when it's done, we gonna sing to the top of our lungs. Jesus did it. Now, Shay was here tonight. She'll sing for y'all. I'm no singer. I love to sing, but I can't sing a lick. But that's what we gonna sing together, that God did it. Every business I have, guys, they all catered around helping people. To me, that's the cheat code. When I'm trying to start a business and when I'm thinking of the idea, here is my check boxes. Can I please God doing this? Check. Can I help people and mankind with this business? Check. Will my community respect me and will they get on board with this thing that I started? Check. And can I make enough money to feed my family doing it? Check. Those are the boxes, guys, that I'm looking for. Can somebody agree with that? Does that sound pretty cool to you guys, that when you're looking for a new thing to get into? Because to me, God needs to be the center of it. Will God be happy with this thing? Check. Can I help people? Check. Because right there, that's biblical, not Derek. Watch this. It'd be cool if I said it, but the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among y'all. The Bible also says when you do unto the least of these, God said it's like you're doing it unto me. Can you see how this business is the cheat code for your financial breakthrough? Not to say you won't have some rough years, some rough days. I was super transparent to you guys about what, 3 weeks ago, and told you guys, because most of y'all also agreed to it. Last year was pretty crummy for most people in business and in life. Now, if you had a great year last year, good for you. Last year for me sucked in business. It sucked in life. The year before that, if you want to be honest, also wasn't so great. Guys, God is blessing us so much in 2025, I can hardly keep up with it. That's just an example to show you that I just told you literally for 18 months, because I won't say 24, but for 18 months prior to January this year, life wasn't so great. Most of y'all couldn't tell it because at Fortune Consultants, we just keep it moving. One thing about us and just how we're built, no matter what it looks like, you got to keep it moving. Because if I didn't, I could now brag and say how January to now has been so great, I can't even keep up with it. I prayed my whole life, God, would you overwhelm me with your goodness? I'm experiencing that now. Why does it take years or months for some time for things to kind of manifest? I don't know. But everything in God's timing. And again, from January to today, God is being so good to me, I'm almost drowning in his goodness. And I appreciate it because, boy, I sure need it. Because the last 18 months outside of January, you're talking about financial loss, physical loss. My brother that I started this with passed away unbeknownst to us, just unexpectedly. Had to revamp my whole coaching and whole everything. Most of y'all new people only know me and Shay. Don't get it twisted. Me and my brother started this 10 years ago in our heads. Then it came to pass. But because we never stopped moving, God is being so good to me. I am drowning right now in his goodness. Got a speaking engagement 3 and 4 times a week. Y'all buying the products like crazy. And my other 7 businesses are just bursting through the seams. Could I say that 18 months ago for the last 18 months ago outside of January? Nope. But most of y'all couldn't tell it. We just keep it moving. Make sense, everybody? So let me be a testimony to y'all to say, keep it moving. We believe this sentence says, move at the speed of instruction. Move at the speed of revelation. Because if you claim God has put this in your heart, the devil is a liar that you hear this today and just sit on it. We believe in moving at the speed of revelation to do what God has put on your heart to do. And for most of y'all, it's help people, get into real estate to create generational wealth and build the kingdom. Because when you do all that, he's going to take care of your family right in the middle of all of that. And what's so cool, guys, I wasn't born with some silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't come from any money. Some coaches talk like they came from money, and some of them do. I did it. I'm very transparent with my story. Been poor my whole life, most of it. Until God gave me this one ministry. And when he gave me this, it just bursted out the seams in terms of what it is now. So we're going to take another quick commercial break. We're going to hear from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back. Take it easy on David. He's a little bit of a knucklehead. We'll be right back.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We are back. I'm going to go to the chat. Also, guys, if you have any questions or any concerns about anything that you've heard today, please let me know. I'm also going to start to get ready to talk about the coaching here in a minute, because we often get a lot of those questions. So I'm going to make sure that I knock those out, but also go ahead and put questions in the chat. But even before you put a question in the chat, I kind of asked it earlier, but I just want to ask again, just to read the temperature of the room. How many of you can see yourself doing this? A lot of times it starts with your imagination. So I just want to know by a show in the chat, by typing the word me, how many of you all can see yourself doing something just like this? Put in chat. Because I know for me, guys, I imagine this first. Because if you never imagine it, it's kind of hard to kind of, move on it. Everything starts with your imagination. And usually for most of y'all, especially if you're spirit-led people, we call that's the unction or the pushing of the Holy Spirit speaking into your ear, that same thing that you've been already had on your heart and that you've been praying and kind of crying out for. So again, our one-on-one coaching, guys, is so absolute great. And I brag on it because I know that God is in it. If I bragged on it just because I thought I was great, that would be baloney. But because I know God is all in it, and I see a lot of y'all. Dorothy says that she can see herself doing this. Miss Cynthia said me. Miss Elaine said me. Dorothy said me. Angela Zeno said me. And Belinda said me. And you ladies, that's where it starts at. Okay? So I want to be y'all new big brother. I want to be your coach. Miss Chung is in there. Miss Chung, you're already kind of a part of it. Miss Chung has already purchased the DIY, right? And if I can remember, I think she upgraded, right? So many of you all also upgraded after you got the DIY. But what I want to extend to you all now is our ILF Mastery Blueprint Coaching. And I want to talk about that just for a second. And I'm actually going to, I think I got a slide for it. Let me see. This one might be an older one, but we'll see. So the ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, is our coaching. Hence the word blueprint, right? We give you the blueprint. How could you build a house without the blueprint? If I just give you a bunch of bricks and a bunch of mud, you'll be lost. You need the blueprint. So everything that you guys need, our coaching offers it. Watch this. I know you can't build your own logo, so my team gonna build it with your idea. Make sense? Branding. I know most of y'all just like me, and you can't build your own website. My team build it. So guys, these are the bonuses. Let me even word it like that. Our coaching is $5,000. Everything I'm showing you now is a bonus that I give you. Remember, guys, I don't sell this stuff. I sell transformation. When you want to change your life and you and God make that agreement, he gonna tie me into it. We gonna change your life. So all of these things that I'm showing you right now, I give you this stuff. The coaching one-on-one is $5,000. What's so cool is that everything that you're getting ready to see, besides the logo, I also give you on the DIY. The logo is the only thing you don't get with the DIY. My team don't build that. I think it's an extra like $10 or something, $15. I don't know. But what's cool about both of my plans, either the one-on-one where I hold your hand as family, or the DIY you do it on your own, they both come with all of this build out because I don't want you to have an excuse even with the DIY. So your website design is on my team with your instruction and your input. The coaching with the one-on-one coaching, not DIY, you get me and Shay. A lot of you guys want to go nonprofit. My wife does nonprofit, not me. So I don't talk about that game because that's kind of not me. Make sense? Every ebook, every curriculum, and I'll admit my newer ebooks are not even on this line because this is the older one. So every ebook I ever wrote, guys, you get it. The one-on-one coaching. I know you don't know what to do. I know you don't know about the insurances. I put it in this book and you still get it from me. ILF 101 is a separate mini course that everybody should watch before even getting started. I get it to you. All of this is involved. The HRA, Housing Referral Agent, which allows y'all to do what we do, and you never need a property of your own. I got women that we coach, and I hate to use the word coach because I don't coach them one-on-one. They just come to YouTube. But they bought back in the day the HRA by itself for $19.99. $2,000. Guys, today the HRA is inside of both packages. Crazy, right? So we give you the ebook, we give you the curriculum, the course. This teaches you guys how to take people from homeless to hopeful by only being an HRA. You don't need a house. You use your cell phone and relationship. I got women in their 70s that not that that's old, but some of y'all tell me, well, dear, I done got too old. I got 2 women in their 70s, y'all, and this is all they do is the HRA. They build relationships, they get their phone ringing, all through our coaching in this package. And then when they get a call, they refer out to other people that have the housing already. It's genius. And most people, no matter where you come in and meet me at, you're going to start from the HRA level. Because the HRA teaches you, how do we get the phone ringing? How do I become the preferred vendor in my city for housing? How do I become the go-to person when all they call is me and you? That's what this coaching is. And when you get your phone ringing and you don't have a house, this course teaches you how to build an ecosystem around you of people that have the house. And then we put you in a group, a private Telegram group that we run of people that are already in the group with housing already. So we make it work for you. Guys, I tell people the only way you fail this business is that if you give up. God is in it and our coaching is great. And the need already exists in your city. Does that make sense, everybody? And maybe you don't agree with that, but I tell you right now, if you don't succeed at this, it's because you gave up. And that's a lot of pressure on you to hear that. But if you accept the challenge, say, I accept the challenge. Because our coaching is ironclad. Guys, I've done this for a long time before I started coaching it. And all the bumps and bruises I went through, the lawsuits, the Channel 8 news, y'all don't go through that. The devil is a liar. Not if I'm your big brother, you won't. We give you all the SOPs, the wordplay. How do you do this? The one-on-one coaching, you never scratch your head because it's all in your material and it's all coming from me. That's why the DIY love this so much, because even if they don't get me, it's all in the coaching still. The one-on-one people just love it because they can do both. Get it from there and get clarification from me. All the phone scripts, email. Derek, what do I say to these people? I give it to you. See how I make this proof, like fail proof? And remember, guys, all of this is free. This is valued at over $6,000 with just the free stuff. Remember, the coaching is what you're paying for and the transformation. This stuff is complimentary. Some of y'all say, well, Derek, how do I get a property? What do you say to people to make them rent their house to you, Derek, in this book? Guys, there is no question, Miss Elaine, that you can ask yourself. Why you think I said if you fail at this, you didn't try? You gave up. Or you said, you know what, Derek? I want to start a fried chicken shack. I don't want to house people. I want to try a new business, Derek. That's the only reason why this won't work. If you change businesses or if you just get out of it. Other than that, the need is already in your city. God is all over this model. And with our coaching, there is no way you fail at this because our coaching right now is existing in 38 states out of the 50. So this is not concept, y'all. We do this. Every ebook, every curriculum, the role play. Derek, what does it sound like when you're talking to a case manager? I give it to you. Guys, there is no part of this course or something that you're going to need that I don't give you. And watch this. Even though I don't want you giving out medications, I give you the most commonly used medications along with diagnosis so that you know what you're dealing with. And you still get the coaching from me, though. Y'all don't know none of those meds. I do. Sat around it for 9 years. It was like going to college. So I can almost tell you a person's behavior by what kind of medications they're prescribed. Lord have mercy. And what ties this whole puzzle together, I know you need an assistant. I know you can't do Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn. I know you can't answer your phone at work. So I give you a virtual assistant that's valued at $797 on our website. Give it to you for free. Your own VA that's from the Philippines or Nigeria or Pakistan. 80% of our team is from the Philippines, y'all. We own the company. These people do your email stuff. They do all your marketing, advertisement. They answer the phone for you. Guys, I don't run my program today the way I did 8 years ago. Jess, my assistant, answers all my calls, all social media, runs my calendar, my schedule, my dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, everything. My assistants is what kind of ties all of this stuff together in terms of what we do. Is God first, softwares and systems, which we use Digital Flow Solutions, and we give that to y'all too, remember. The CRM system that you need to run this business, we give it to you, remember. Somebody type in the chat, because y'all gonna forget. Somebody type in the chat, Derek don't sell products. Derek sells transformation. Somebody literally put that in the chat. Derek said, Derek does not sell products and books and VAs, and you get that for free from me and my coaching. I sell transformation when you and God decided together that you want your life to change. That's what he sends y'all to me. Okay? I think that's the last. Oh, in all the communities. How dare I coach you but not put you around everybody else that I've coached? So I put you in the community to make you or allow you to succeed with other like-minded people that's already doing it. Oh my goodness. So the VA group, you inside of that for VA stuff. The HRA, 80% of the people that I teach don't come to me with a house, Katara. I teach them HRA, which is how do I get my phone ringing from social workers and case managers begging me for housing? Housing referral agent is what that stands for. Meaning you take that call, do a short assessment, say, thank you so much for calling me, Mr. John, social worker. Me and my team are going to talk about this, and we'll call you back and talk about how we'll house Chris. Now you call your network. Hey guys, I got Chris, 55 years old, military veteran, income is 900. Who can house him? My referral fee is 300. Don't forget that. Somebody going to get lost on that. But you got to stay around us to know what we're talking about. Watch this. If you want our HRA webinar, it's only 15 minutes long. It'll change your life. You can house people, make money, make an impact and an income. You don't need no property, rent it or lease it. It's all cell phone. Text HRA right now to 407-326-0086. Right now, please text that. HRA, just those 3 letters. Text HRA to 407-326-0086. Who's ready to resign from their job? We got a lot more to go. I'm going to put that number up right now. I'm scrolling at the bottom. That's actually a different one. Take advantage of that. Today is the last day that I'll be offering this one that's on screen in terms of that text the word new. That ILF 101, this is the last day that that's going to be given as a free gift. That's going to go back to a paid product. So if you haven't texted the word new yet, please do that. Text the word new to 407-326-0086. That'll give you both of our webinars, both ILF and HRA. But it also gives you a course that's called ILF 101. That's a mini course with about 15 videos that you must watch before even getting started. And I want to give it to you for free. Let's take a commercial break, guys, and we'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much again. So again, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. And again, guys, that coaching is absolutely unbeatable. The coaching on your contract says 1 year. I think it says up to 40 hours, but I coach people for the last 5, 6, 7 years, guys. So I tell people coaching never really ends. Now, contractually, we do have to put something on the contract. But most of y'all are here right now that's under my coaching. You signed up with me 4, 5 years ago, and you still around and you still call me. So my coaching don't end as long as you're actively trying to do it. Qatar, you met me 4 years ago, and I'm still coaching you. It never ends. Unless Qatar said, Derek, you know what? I want to start a cupcake company, Derek. I'm out of this housing thing. No problem. Okay, so right there at the bottom of that screen, Miss Dorothy, I hope that you guys can see that. Text that word new to 407-326-0086. I'm going to even put it on the screen so it'll be a little bit bigger. But if you just text that word new to 407-326-0086, that'll give you all our webinar, both of them, the ILF and the HRA. The ILF is about 55 minutes. The HRA is about 15 minutes. I recommend starting with the HRA because all y'all need that. The ILF, that's more so when you got the house yourself. The HRA will teach all y'all right now how to make money tomorrow, and you don't need a house. Make sense, everybody? So I must have asked y'all something earlier, and a lot of y'all put in the word me. What did I ask y'all that y'all responding me to? What was that? Can y'all remind me? Because some of y'all responses come through delayed on my end. Rhonda was the last person that responded me. What did I ask y'all? I must have asked the question. That was Angela, Elaine, and Rhonda, Katara, Miss Chong. A lot of you guys responded me. What did I ask y'all? Because it's a little, oh, there you go. Who's ready to resign? Exactly. So, matter of fact, let me bring up some other stuff real quick. I want to show y'all something really quickly. I had a family ask me about this. And we bring this up every now and again, so let me do it now. Somebody asked, what kind of buildings can we do this in, or what kind of houses? So just in case if you didn't know, guys, we also do these in mobile homes. So if you've ever had a desire to do this in a mobile home, or what we'll call a manufactured home, that's okay. We don't get too caught up on what the outside is. We just want to make sure that the inside looks really nice, just like I've been showing y'all all day long. So if you own property, or if you build relationships with some kind of park manager and they allow you to do that, no problem. So I only show this one, guys, as an older one to show you that these are the ones that we will take and fix up and make it look a little bit better. I personally don't want a pink mobile home. So somebody that I'll be showing like this, we move into this day one and keep it moving. That pink one, we're going to tighten it up a little bit and make it look a little better. Does that make sense, everybody? So we're not afraid of a mobile home. We also don't care if it's a duplex or a triplex or a quadplex. My only rule is, like Charmaine, who's hopefully here, if you got a duplex, I want you to be able to control both sides. Don't tell me that you're going to go and rent side B and somebody lives in side A already. Because you don't know from day one what kind of resident you're going to get. So don't share a wall with nobody. No townhouse, no duplex, no quadplex, no apartment. We do none of that stuff where we got to share a wall with somebody else. See how this home sits on its own? That's a mobile home. So a single family residence. And again, not trying to be funny, but sometimes mobile home parks will give you trailers like this for free. And sometimes all it needs is a little bit of work done to it. So I got videos on my YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram where I'm driving in parks talking to park managers, building relationship with them, explaining this model. So please, if you're not following me on YouTube, subscribe. If you're not my friend on Facebook, subscribe, be my friend. Forster Consultants on Facebook and Instagram, please go and look at what we're doing and be nosy about it. Beautiful mobile home. Guys, this is one of my dreams, actually. It's me and Katara, the only two people that have a dream to get a piece of land and put 5, 6, 7, 10 mobile homes on it. Is that only me and Katara? Or if that's not Katara and I threw that on Katara, since you just correct me in the chat. But I know me and you have talked about that. Put in the chat right now, are you for or against mobile homes? And are you like me, or on your vision board over my left shoulder? God, I want to have a piece of land, an acre or two, that where I could put 8 to 15 mobile homes on it, and I own all of it, the land and the mobile homes. Am I the only one that's got that vision? Let me check it on chat. Me and Katara, me and Tia Johnson. Okay. Derek, first of this month is a year when I made the call to you about this. Wow. Look how time flies, Tia. That's been a year? Tia says, Derek, first of this month, meaning May. Let me read that again. It's when a year when I made the call to you about this. Wow. Look how time. Tia, I want to make a point about that too, right? Sometimes, Tia, when people say, well, Derek, man, it's going to take me a long time to do that. They're going to take, guys, the time going to pass anyway. Whether Tia got into this or not, a year was going to pass anyway. Can 5 of y'all put in the chat, time going to pass anyway. Why not get in now? Dummy me, wait until I got grown as an adult to go to college. Time was going to pass anyway, Derek, because dummy me in high school talking about, I ain't going to no college. That's going to take 4 years. Guys, I graduated in 2000 from high school. That was 25 years ago. Guys, time going to pass anyway. Lord have mercy. Let me keep going because I want to explain something else to y'all too. I got this new segment. It's going to take about 2 minutes, and it's called Derek's New Pet Peeve. Guys, I got a new pet peeve that I'm going to explain to y'all in about 2 minutes. But who is for or against these mobile homes? Let me check the chat again. Me and Angela said that we would do this. The Zeno family, we would do this. Jillian said, Derek, you must be my twin. She's thinking about it. Angela says, I would definitely do it. Katara says, definitely, bro, I'm with you. And Katara actually lives in an area where this is perfect for her. If you didn't know it, here's a useless fact of the day. Columbia, South Carolina, and South Carolina as a whole is considered like the mecca for mobile homes. If I'm wrong about that, somebody will correct me. But if I did my research, if I remember, and I hope I'm not mixing it up, South Carolina per capita, however they say that, has more mobile homes than any other state out of all 50. It's mobile home friendly. So I don't mind buying a mobile home park or some land in South Carolina. Because I also know that my sister Katara is also there. I'm going back in the chat. Who is against the mobile home? Dorothy says, I would love to do that. Valerie says, that's my dream. Yeah, time gonna pass anyway, Valerie. So that rolls into my new pet peeve. Watch this. Hold on. I'm gonna give you one more picture. Right here, watch this, Valerie. Now, this may scare some of y'all. This don't scare me because I got a rehab crew. I don't fix a thing. Y'all, I ain't good at none of this fixing stuff, but I got a rehab crew. Guys, don't you know that I found out about, about 5 months ago that certain mobile home parks will give you these for free just because of what it looks like? And guys, if you can get this for free, this is a 2-bed, 2-bath. If you've been hanging around with me long enough now, you know that that's 4 people that we can take from homeless to hopeful. I'm going to cut the grass. I'm going to trim the trees. Because, guys, a full gut rehab on something like this is like 10 grand. I'm not putting 10 grand in this place. We're going to probably do it for about 5. Because what y'all don't know and that I didn't show, the inside was A-okay. That storm that came through about 9 months ago in this area, that's what did it to the outside. But how many of you all are afraid of this when you see that? Not 10 years ago, I would have been, because I wasn't into rehab and fixing and flipping and construction crews and blah, 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 blah. Today, I say, how much does it cost to get it running? But can you imagine getting this for free? And then they tell you that, Derek, just fix it up, bro, and we'll give it to you. I've heard people talk about that, Dorothy, but I never heard it. They said, Derek, I'll give you this place. Really? And that blew my mind. So let me give you another quote that we live by. Guys, don't procrastinate. Of all of what you've heard today, guys, procrastination is an arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. Okay? Now, you can say ouch, or you can say amen. But procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. Don't procrastinate, y'all. Okay? Back in the chat, Jazz Butterfly says, hello, I'm joining in late. Is this similar to a mentorship with your system group? Yes, ma'am. This is our one-on-one coaching that I just kind of got done talking about. It's called the ILF Mastery Blueprint. You guys can go to forstonconsultants.com. I'm actually going to put that in the chat. forstonconsultants.com. And every concern that you guys would have or questions that you would have, we built a program or a project or, a tool behind it. Guys, I've been building this coaching program for years now. And there's nothing that you would need to run this thing that we don't offer. So most coaches just coach. They just teach, not me. I give you the system, the software, the virtual assistant from the Philippines if you need one, a VA, all the documents. Guys, you need documents to run this business. My $40,000 lawsuit and my $8,000 worth of paperwork, I give it to you. So if you can do math really good, guys, my paperwork is more than what I'm charging y'all for the coaching. The one-on-one coaching is $5,000. The DIY is $500. The only difference between the two is the second one, you don't get me. So if you say, Derek, I don't need you, bro. Build that website, Derek. Give me all that paperwork and give me all that coaching and teaching and books and curriculum. I can figure this out on my own. And Derek, I'm still going to come to YouTube. And then we got this upgrade for $47 a month for the DIY people, because the one-on-one people are in it. But the DIY said, well, Derek, I like the DIY, but I still need a part of you. If you upgrade to $47 a month to that thing, that puts you in our one-on-one group, the private Telegram group where we meet once a month. And then you also can text questions 5 days a week and get an answer from people that I've already taught. So a lot of people like. So that I'll be honest, guys, the one-on-one coaching, that's what probably 95% of people want. They say, Derek, hold my hand, bro. Like, I don't want no DIY. But I'll admit, we sold over 69. It was 69 DIYs over the last now 40 days. And that's because the DIY, y'all, used to be $4,500. It's $500 now. No brainer. The one-on-one coaching used to be $7,500. It's now $4,997. No brainer. So $5,000, less than that, and I cover the tax. And so everything, your business phone, we give it to you. So guys, remember, our CRM is a whole all-in-one system. In fact, I'll put it up. Digital Flow Solutions is what we give y'all to run this business. It's the software system that my company built that controls your website, your business phone, your social media, your web presence, and it's called, and we give it to you. Remember, I don't sell products, because if you go to Digital Flow Solutions right now, this costs you $297 a month to have it. I'll give y'all the $297 a month for only $37 a month as your hosting fee. Okay? So right here, it's called the Startup Savvy. That's $37 a month. That's basic website, and it got some little toys in there. The $87 one is called the Inbox Innovator. With my coaching and the DIY, I give y'all this one. I don't care which one you get, I give you my big plan. See why the coaching is important? Now, this has got all the goodies in it. And remember, my team builds your website for you. That's why I say, guys, our coaching is unbeatable. Like, who even right now, after hearing all of this, know you want the coaching already? Right? So a lot of y'all are going to get the DIY. A lot of y'all are going to get the one-on-one. You get in where you fit in. And some of y'all say, well, Derek, I ain't going to buy either one of them. I'm going to come every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. No problem. Guys, I got something for everybody. If you don't want the coaching, just want the learning, join me Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. But if you say, Derek, nah, bro, God called me to this. There was no coincidence that you bumped into me today. Derek, I'm ready. Because again, as I said earlier, time is going to pass anyway. What will you do with it? Okay? So my new pet peeve, as I promised, that I'm going to tell y'all, my new pet, let me introduce this first. So if you guys just text the phrase CRM, you get a free gift from us about this software system that we give you. And it also sets up a phone call to talk to our team. Most likely my wife, Shay, or Alex, the guy that runs our business here, right? That lives in Nigeria. So the VAs that we utilize, remember, y'all, we give y'all a VA too. How many of y'all always dream of having your own assistant? Type me in the chat. Are you guys like me and Katara and Tiffany and all the ones that are spoiled by these VAs? How many of you all always wanted your own virtual assistant or your own assistant, but thought that would cost you 50 grand a year? Like, some of the work that my people do will cost me 50, 80, 100 grand a year. But because of where they live at, $5 an hour makes them rich. So my team in the VA started $5 an hour, or more, even more specific, 130, what is it, 135 a week, right? And that's 4 hours a day. But guys, we give y'all that because if you go to va101.co, and I put that in the chat, va101.co, you will see that we vet, train, and endorse a VA to you guys, and that costs $797, $3 short from $800. But remember, I give it to you. That's why, again, I keep telling you guys, I don't sell packages. Now, if you come to me from the outside, Derek, I want a VA, and I do this. You don't get my coaching, you got to do all that other stuff. But the coaching, I give it to you. I hope you guys realize what that is. You're paying the $5 grand for the coaching and the transformation of your life. The VA, bonus. The website build out, a bonus. Your business phone line is a bonus. Make sense? All that paperwork that cost me $8 grand is a bonus for free. Every ebook I've ever written, a bonus. Right? So you guys, you're paying for the transformation. I give you all of these tools because I want to see you succeed at it. Right? So there's all the information there. I'll remove this really soon. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
We figured out your problem. You have a great business or a great business idea. You just don't have a website. So visit digitalflowsolutions.net and get the best website in the world for only $97. And then you just pick your monthly plan. Let's get back to the content. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God is giving you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co, and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise.
All right, let's go. Let's go. We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring up some stuff in the from the chat, and I want to bring up something I want to show you. Let me bring this down, and let's discuss my pet peeve that I got this week. So before I release my newest pet peeve, I have a question, and I can't give you the pet peeve until I get at least 5 to 10 people to respond to this. Everybody put in the chat that has a 9 to 5 job right now. Put in the chat, how long have you been on your job? I want to show an example of something. And this is no knock to anybody that put it in the chat. I want to use y'all answers as a reference to where I'm going. Okay, so it won't include you in this, but it will include it as a reference. So 5 to 10 people right now in the chat, put in the chat, how long have you been on your current W-2 9 to 5 job? And I want to make a point from that. And I'm going to actually wait. So let me bring up some stuff from the bottom here. And as you guys respond to that, I want to give a new pet peeve. It's gonna be funny too, y'all. It's not gonna be like, oh my God, Derek's mad at us. It's not like that. So perfect. Elaine says 20. And Elaine, you're still there now? 20 years. Jenna says 5, 10. Perfect. Keep them coming. How long have you guys been in your current 9 to 5 job? This is great. Denise, good to see you, Miss D. 7 years, perfect. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Charmaine says 10. Charmaine, you still there too? 10 years? Okay. Good. Charmaine, I spoke on you earlier. I'm not sure if you had heard it, but I had shouted you out earlier. Good to see you here, sis. Give me, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me some more. Keep them coming. How long have you all been on your current job? How long, as Derek is getting ready to introduce his current pet peeve, how long have you all been on your current W-2 job? Give me at least 4 more people, and I want to make a point about something. As I bring up some other stuff, while you guys continue to do that, the Henry family was asking, what kind of property can this be done in? I'm going to show a few different ones. 7 years in healthcare before burnout. 1 year currently, and job before that, 15 years. Good stuff, Valerie. Okay, good. Give me 2 more, and I'm going to release it. I'm going to release what's my newest pet peeve. And right here, I just want to show you guys some of the houses that people do this in. Now, granted, watch this. This house is like, oh my God, that's beautiful. But guys, this is a 2-bed, 1-bath home. Somebody purchased this property not even 6 weeks after meeting me. He was already involved in real estate and was like, wow, like, Derek, this makes sense, bro. And can I do this in a small house, Derek? Absolutely. He's got 4 military veterans in this place over there in Fayetteville. And called me a liar if that's not a military town. So guess where his veterans are coming from? Mental health hospital, the VA, and regular hospitals and the homeless shelter. And I'm just showing you guys what kind of houses this can be done in. Now, some of y'all gonna get a little bit more bougie and get some nice places. But I'm only talking about the size right now. Forget what the outside looks like. Here is a 3-bed, 1-bath. Here is a big house. That's a mansion. That's, I think, a 6'3.5". Right here is that traditional 3'2". Right here is that 7'5". That's a big boy. Most of y'all can get one of these and leave your job. Now, the way I usually teach it is that most of y'all can get 2 houses, but when I say 2, I'm talking about these. 3-bed, 2-bath, or that 4-bed, 2-bath. So as I'm getting ready to discuss what my newest pet peeve is that these are the kind of properties that we can do this in. And I'll admit, y'all, this is my favorite. 4-bed, 2-bath is my favorite out of all the big ones or all of the little ones. The 4-2 is just manageable. And let me give you an example of how my normal 4-2s go. For always, Jazz Butterfly, they used to be 8 people. Because 4 beds times 2 people, that's 8 people that I take from homeless to Hofer, right? Today, my 4-2s are not like that. Today, I like to take 2 of the rooms and do private, just 1 person, 1 and 1. The other 2 has 2. So now my 4-2s house 6 people. Because again, remember, we get a lot of calls that say, Derek, I don't want to share no room. No problem, sir. Can you afford our private room that starts at $940? Yeah, that's easy. Sir, we'll see you Tuesday. But the guy that says, Derek, man, 940. Dang, bro. Well, sir, our shared room is 740, but you will have a roommate. And right now, sir, lucky for you, there's nobody even in the room. So you'll be in the room by yourself for a few weeks until we get you a partner. How does that sound, Mr. Rick? Well, yeah, man, I guess so. But the moment I get my income right, bro, can I switch? No problem, sir. Make sense, y'all? So again, for me, I got some big ones. I got some small ones. I'm partnered to a bunch of them. But my favorite model is the 4-2 because of what I can do with it. And don't forget, I told you about those mobile homes. And as I tell everybody, forget about that for sale sign that you see because somebody bought it and they're doing this. Forget about the trash out front because that was trash day. So again, don't get caught up on the outside so much. Watch this. Shay bought this house. Now, in this picture, that's a piece of junk. Shay and I bought this house and put $68,000 in it. And now this is where Shay, my wife, houses the women from the nonprofit side. So all you new folks that miss Shay today, well, actually, I go on vacation Monday, so you won't see Shay Monday or Tuesday. Hey, guys, if I haven't said it, I'm going on vacation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. I think it's the whole week. So I'll see you guys, I think, back on Saturday. I don't know if I even announced that, but I'm finally, because I never take vacation, or when I do, I'm still working. This is going to be one vacation, y'all, where I'm not taking calls. Usually on vacation, because I love it so much, I still take calls and I work. Because my job, it ain't work to me. I love this. I could talk about this for hours. But this is the first vacation in probably 6 years that I'm going to take where my phone is not going to even be on coaching. Okay? But we bought this house. We flipped it back to us. And Shay houses her women in that house now. Right here, every time I see this picture, it almost brings tears to my eyes because this is one of my first properties ever. And then God gave me the whole cul-de-sac. So this house sat in the cul-de-sac with 8 houses. That pink house to the right of it was one of Shay's houses until we moved out of there and we bought that other place. So we rented and we leased for years before we were able to buy a place. And now Shay and I, we buy these places. Make sense, everybody? And again, just remember, this is what the inside is typically going to look like. Okay? And so now I'm going to the chat again. Mr. Lane says, this is what I want. Does the system help with finding tenants and background checks, or is that separate step to consider? So I teach you that. There is no system that can kind of do that. That's going to be me teaching you what to ask these people and what are we looking for. That's called the assessment. So that's one of the really big parts of your coaching. It'd be crazy if I taught you this, but not taught you how to get the people. And I'll admit, getting the people is easy. Getting the property is more harder than that. Okay, so if you've never heard me talk about that, here's Derek, how I get all these people? Relax. The people are easy. Getting the property to do it out of is the hurdle. Okay, but all of that's involved in the coaching. And somebody asked, how do we house or furnish these places? Very affordably. So if you go on my Instagram, Facebook, you will see that people donate a lot of this stuff to us because they know what we do. Because I'm always running my big mouth, Jasmine, about what this is. Hey, Derek, I see what you guys are doing. I own a hotel in Orlando. We get ready to throw out everything and revamp the whole hotel, Derek. If you and your people want this stuff, come here today and get it all. And we just drive U-Haul trucks after U-Haul after U-Haul after U-Haul. And we, like those big pictures, I got thousands of those pictures, guys, because they just give them to us. These chairs, that's hotel stuff, y'all. You can't buy that from no store. Gently donated. Okay, so we don't spend a lot of money at rooms to go, right? Ashley Furniture. This is going to be on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and donations. So again, guys, 3 steps to getting started is our ILF webinar. Text the word new to 407-326-0086. It's scrolling below the screen. Soak up that YouTube channel. We got over 780 videos, guys, under my live tab. Forget the videos. Who cares about those? The live tab that says live, guys, that's where we go on Monday, Tuesday, and Saturdays. They're all recorded. So even if you miss it, they're there. Lots of people get started just from our coaching, right? And then definitely have a strategy call, which we kind of call a discovery call. And then on that call, you should say, Derek, man, any scholarships available, bro? I heard y'all always have a scholarship, Derek. Do you got one today? Never know. Okay. And then now I'm going to talk about what is one of my pet peeves. But right before I do that, let's take a quick commercial break. And I'm going to come back to tell you guys what is one of my biggest pet peeves now that well, not now, but doing my coaching. And I'll admit, guys, not like a pet peeve, like, oh my God, I'm so mad. It's actually heartbreaking. And the reason why I told y'all to put y'all years of service at your job in the chat, I'm going to use that. So we'll be right back, guys.
Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information. But just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right, we are back. We are back. I'm going in the chat now because I want to see. Let me see. So I asked you all to put in the chat, and if you haven't done it yet, you're free to join it now. I was asking everybody, how long have you been on your current job? And I'm going to read some of the answers. I'm actually going to call you guys out by name. So if you haven't done it and you want to be a part of this little bit of the experiment or what I'm getting ready to say, go ahead and do that. So Missy Lane been on her job for 20 years. Great job. Miss Jillian's been there 5 years. We got 10 years from Miss Angela. We got Denise, 7 years. We got Charmaine, 10 years. We got Kwani, 1 year. We got Jazz, 7 years in healthcare. Valerie says 1 year. Then before that, 15. So I'm going to just say 16 years for Valerie. 18 months for Miss Pierre. Talked to you yesterday. You just started that job, I think. And before that, 20 years at one place. You're also a nurse. So big shout out to all the nurses and all the work that you guys do. Let me see if there's any more. Ronald says 10 years. All right, so here I go. My newest pet peeve, y'all, and not a pet peeve like, oh my God, I'm so mad at you all. And not you all that put that in the chat. These are for other people. But my newest pet peeve now, guys, is to see people get into this coaching. And I'm going to just use Ronald as my brother right now as an example. And Ronald's not going to do this, but I'm going to pick on Ronald. Ronald, how dare you be on your job for 10 years, but then you get into this and you only want to give this 6 weeks before you give up. Ooh. What I mean by this is this. Most of us have had jobs for years and months. But as a coach, I see a lot of people that get into this, and then if it don't work in 3 weeks, they get down, depressed, frustrated, and a lot of them quit. I talked about last week, y'all, that one of my packages that I don't talk about a lot here, I got packages for 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand. That's all talked about on phone calls to certain kinds of people. I had a lady write me a $30,000 check, y'all. And this is where I'm going to be super transparent and put y'all all in my business. Y'all, I used to make 28 grand a year for a long time. When I got into this and God changed my life with, just finances and business, there came a day, and I got a few of these checks, but I want to talk about this because this is the most recent. A lady wrote me a check for $30,000. And y'all, I'll admit, because if I didn't, I'll be a liar. Y'all, I cried like a baby. I was happy. I was excited. Y'all, I used to make 28 grand a year. Mr. Jackson, can you imagine how that made me feel to put a $30,000 check in my hand in one day that I made? I was elated for the lady. I was elated for me and my family, because guess what the lady got for the 30 grand? She got a 7-bedroom home, 5-bedroom, over over 5,000 square feet. It was a mini mansion. It's on my YouTube channel. Got pictures of it, the whole celebration, ribbon cutting, and no disrespect to that lady. But the devil is a liar that you're going to name it after your mom or your auntie, and then you quit 6 months into giving me a $30,000 check. Y'all, to this day, I still can't fathom that. But I've been coaching long enough. I've had people give me $10,000 checks, 20, $5,000. The current coaching at $4,997. And you guys don't have the patience to allow this business to work. That's heartbreaking to me. Some of y'all been in your job 10 years, 15 years, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years, but you won't give your own dream more than 6 weeks before you give up and quit. The devil is a liar. So that's my new pet peeve now. That I don't like to see people that been on your job for 5 years, 10 years, you get into this and think it's supposed to work in 3 weeks. Come on, guys, they don't work like that. It's a business. Anything you build from the ground up as a business, the statistic says 2 years before you get profitable, maybe. But this is one that you can get in and be profitable in 6 weeks or 6 months. But the point is, and I'm going to use this term, why would you go work for Mr. Charlie for 10 years and not give this thing 8 months, 9 months? I tell most people under my coaching, 6 to 9 months, you probably don't even need me no more. Because between my coaching and life circumstances and what the tenants show you, you're going to have this game. So that's why I tell people, can you imagine 6 to 9 months resigning from your job? 3 to 6 months walking off your job after learning this? So one more time, the devil is a liar that you're going to be on your job for all these years and then get into this thing and then don't have the patience, and I would even say the trust in God to allow it to happen. That lady wrote me a $30,000 check. She did more work to get out of that place than she did to put in it to make it work. Same situation, 2 months later, a guy paid me $45,000 for the same setup. That guy probably in this room. MC, if you here, shout me out. $45,000 in my hand. I cried like a baby again because I couldn't believe it almost. Guess what he got? An 8-bedroom house with 8 people already in it. That's called our diamond package. Well, you said, Derek, I want to skip this coaching, bro. I want you to get me the house. Derek, put the people in it already so that when you give me the keys, Derek, I pick a rent from day one. I developed that 5 years ago. Sold a couple of those from either $10,000 all the way to $45,000. But how much is 800 times 8 people? That is $6,400 a month. If you good at math and in investing, that $45,000 he gave me was pennies. Somebody put in the chat, how many months did it take him to recoup his investment from $6,400 a month? Guys, you can't find no investment like that nowhere. But the point is, he made it work and is still doing it today and just started 2 more houses. Got his wife in it, and she's got his women's facility right now. Carly, if you're here, please shout me out in the chat. If not, no worries. But that lady that wrote me a $30,000 check and quit in 6 weeks, guys, that broke my heart. You named it after your loved one that passed away. You spent $30,000 on the dream you said God told you to start. And in 6 weeks, you said, Derek, I'm out of here, dog. Like, Derek, this ain't really what I wanted. Really? You spent $30,000 to realize this is not what you wanted? The devil is a liar. You just didn't want to put the work in it. Guys, I'm a coach. I've been doing this for too long now. I can almost know immediately the people that this gonna work for. I've been doing it too long, y'all. I know the attitudes that it's gonna work for. I built the whole slide last week that I told y'all about the people that this won't work for. Maybe we'll go through that next. Who will this not work for? I spent a lot of time on that last week. But again, the devil is a liar that you're going to work for Mr. Charlie all these years. But the thing God told you to do, you won't even give it 6 months before you back out and quit. And this thing can outweigh your job if you do it the right way. Because I already told you, most of y'all can get 2 of these houses and leave your job this year. You don't need 5 and 6 and 10 of these like a lot of us do. Most of y'all, because of what you make. Guys, I used to make 28 grand a year. That's not a lot of money, guys. Does that make sense, everybody, why I said that? Do y'all see now why I said to put in the chat how long you've been on that job? How would you give somebody else all this time, all this effort? You give them 100% of you. But now it's time to build this thing for you and your family. You give up, you quit, you get frustrated, but you still go to that job every day. The devil is a liar. I pray that God changes all of our mindsets. And I pray that this message ain't for none of y'all that's listening. Like how they say in church, it's for the one behind you. Somebody type in the chat, Derek ain't talking to me. He talking to the row behind me. Because the devil is a liar that y'all would be like that. I see 20 years in healthcare. Rhonda says 5 years. Ronald said 10. Look at these years, y'all. Corny says a year. Can y'all give me, my quote is give me 1 year of your life. Because the real quote is give me 9 months to a year. But I tell everybody this, Denise, in 9 to 12 months, most of y'all don't need me no more. What's really cool, and I hope Tiffany Walker is here, people like even Katara. People, I've talked this to a lot of people that I'm gonna call like Dornico. People that have, I'll call kind of mastered this. Guess what we coach them on now? Other businesses, other things about real estate. Me and Tiffany don't talk a lot about this. We talk about other businesses now because she don't need this info no more. Why you think we involve the business coaching in what we do? When you learn this, I'm going to say, Cynthia, what you want to start next? Guys, most of y'all mimic what we do. Start the housing program and then start something else. Some of y'all even start the same businesses that we do because we teach it to you. We got 3 people under us right now that own their own virtual assistant staffing agency in the Philippines. Guess who built it? My team. We got the system already. Just mimic it and slap your name on it. Lord have mercy. Somebody gonna miss this. Missy Lane say I'm talking to her. Missy Lane, I wish I felt like everybody said that because sometimes, Missy Lane, you new to me, you don't know this. Sometimes when I'm coaching and talking, I be wanting people to understand this so much that I feel bad if I think they don't get it. That's why I ask so much. Like, does this make sense? Nod your head yes and say, no, it don't, Derek. Talk about this if it don't, because I'm good at that. I love questions. But me and Tiffany Walker, we don't talk a lot about this. Prime example. Tiffany's been around a long time. Tiffany, you here? Shout me out in the chat, Tiffany Walker, if you're here. Let me go in the chat. Let me see if she put something in the chat. Yeah, she right here. Tiffany called me probably, Tiffany, if I'm wrong, you'll tell me. Tiffany called me probably, I don't know, 9 months ago. Hey, Derek, I was thinking about becoming a business loan broker. What you know about that? Guys, I do that. Meaning that if you don't want to rent a house or lease one, guys, I'm a mortgage broker for business assets, meaning it's called a business purpose loan. So I can't do a loan for you on a house that if you want to live in it with you, your kids, and your boo thing. But if it's an investment property, I can. If it's an Airbnb, I can. If it's an ILF, I can. If it's a daycare, I can. If it's a restaurant, I can. If you buy a property from me and I'm the loan officer, it must be an investment property. Not you, your 3 kids, and your husband. I'm not allowed to do that. But as a business loan broker, I can lend you guys anywhere from 100 grand to 100 million when it comes to real estate. because I'm a business loan broker. Tiffany and I talked about that business 9 months ago, not this. I said, sis, let's start you one. You're already a realtor. Why not sell the houses, but also sell the real estate as you being the broker? We jump into that coaching. Guess why? Because she's an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, and my business coaching is inside of it. So what if you get this, Cynthia, and you master it? You said, well, Derek, I always want to bake chocolate chip cookies and sell fried chicken. Derek, my chicken is unbelievable. And I know it sounds crazy, Derek, but I want to sell them together. For every piece of fried chicken you get, you also get a chocolate chip cookie. Derek, that's my new business. No problem. We're going to help you. Because we got the system, the VAs, the phone line, everything you need to run the business. That's what we do. You said, Derek, I always want to start a chicken shack, Derek. Chicken wings and french fries and a check soda. $10, Derek, a plate. Just turn it into a business then. That's what I mean by the business coaching. And that's what I mean by after about 9 months, Tiffany didn't need me so much in this. Every blue moon, like I think probably again, if I'm wrong, Tiffany, you'll tell me 3 weeks ago, you called me about housing with one of your clients. Should he go to this new place that you discovered that was kind of an apartment, or should he come to you? So we should still get coaching, but more so today, because she's passed a year, we talk about other stuff. Turo, Airbnb. Tiffany, how can you be a coach and talk your message to teach realtors how to be a realtor? We record that course one time, you make money for the rest of your life. Tiffany, I ain't unveiled it yet, but I'm getting ready to start a new coaching plan. I've never coached coaches. I'm getting ready to start that in about probably 3 months. To where no matter what you do, or if you don't know what you do, I'm going to teach you. All of y'all got a gift inside of you. How can you get paid for running your big mouth? My daddy, who's passed away for years now, my mom, who's still living and love me, they whooped me so much, y'all, as a kid, because I used to get in trouble in school a lot. And most of it, Tiffany, was for running this big mouth. I assume that my dad is so proud of me in heaven because he never got to see this. And I'll try not to talk about it too long because I'll start crying. My daddy never got the chance to see me pan out, as I call it. I was a knucklehead to my daddy when he knew me. By the time that my dad began to get sick, I was probably 14 years old. So I began to take care of my dad. I actually never talked about this live. My dad thought I was a complete clown, y'all. I was young, always in trouble. I wish he could have got a chance to see me pan out. Right? That was a prayer. I'm sure that was from my mom and my family. But I like to thank Tiffany. He's in heaven saying, boy, that boy panned out. And all that talking he did today is what get him paid. Okay? So every business that we have, there's some kind of coaching behind it. Every trouble that I went through in my life, every bump and bruise, it's a course now. Most of y'all went through something. 99.9% of y'all in this room, in fact, type in the chat. Don't say what it is. I don't want y'all to be vulnerable like me, but say, Derek, I've been through something. Type in the chat right now if you've been through something in your life that you believe is a story that could help somebody else. Y'all, that's my whole life now. Go through the bumps and bruises of something and come back after God and I iron it out. Give it to the world now. But my dad thought I was a complete clown, y'all. That boy Derek, he a knucklehead like that. That's where I kind of get that word from. My dad used to always say that because I got in trouble a lot. I love the girls. I love talking. And instead of doing my work, I'm out. But that's that same thing today. That running my mouth is what changed the lives of people. I believe today that some of my life gonna change today just from what you heard and because you encountered me. I wish my daddy could have seen that before he left this earth. And before he got sick and was able to recognize what I'll call the greatness in me that God gave me. Now, my mom, she got a whole story about it. My mom can see it. She's a witness of it. I was a clown most of my life to my mom until God, I'll say, touched me. And I would have said that it was through business. Right? And then later in life, I found out that thing that always got me in trouble is now what changed the lives of a lot of people. So guess how I'm going to raise my kid? that talking really ain't that bad. We got to control it. We got to hone it in. But I'm not going to punish him for running his big mouth off, because I'm going to know now that that's a gift inside of him. Maybe my parents didn't know that. They just thought I was a troublemaker. They never knew it was going to turn into this thing where I'll change lives of people. And watch this. If you don't know me by now, I take no credit. In fact, I decrease every day so that God can increase inside of me. So that by the time I leave here, y'all think I'm a genius. And I'm not. I'd be a liar if I told you that. I'm not a genius. I'm just somebody that just chose to take a stand for something I wanted to do in life. Like most of y'all want to get into this. But the devil is a liar that you're going to be on your job 5 years, 10 years, even 1 year. I don't care if it's 6 months. That means you get up every day and you put effort to go to that job. What's the difference if you doing that for yourself and for your family? My mama called it Mr. Charlie. How you go and work for Mr. Charlie and give 110%, but won't put that same effort and energy in your stuff of what you said God called you to? Lord have mercy. So today the devil is a liar that'll happen to any of you all. All you all under the sound of my voice right now, you will live out the true thing that God has called you for. Okay? And no devil in hell will stop it. In fact, the devil is under your feet today and has no control over your life, your business, or your family. And all of that succeeds in Jesus' name. Make sense, everybody? If you agree with that, put amen in the chat. Okay? So, great talk today. As y'all know that this is part of the time that we usually kind of start shutting down, but I'm kind of not, because I'm by myself today. I have nobody to kind of say, Derek, we got to go. Shay's not here. And Tia, don't tell Shay I said this, but Shay gonna be gone for hours. So this is where I'm also going to take a lot of questions, because otherwise I will begin to start ending this today. I'm gonna take full advantage that my wife ain't here and she ain't dragging me to the store or to the mall or to something. I'm chilling today. Now, so I don't know how long I'll be here, but just know like right now is when I start usually shutting down, but I'm not. So I'm gonna stay around. I'm gonna go to the chat. I'm going to pull up some more questions. And by now, if you have not put anything in the chat as far as a question, go ahead and do that. Also, join our free Facebook group. It's called the ILF Academy. That's the ILF Academy. It's on screen. If you don't see it, let me know. That means that I messed up something. But you should see something that says join our free Facebook group. And it's called the ILF Academy. And remember, ILF stands for Independent Living Facility, which does not require a license, and you do not have to own the property. Let's take a small commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Dennis, when's the next time you guys are having some kind of event where you're going to be talking more about independent living facilities? I know I'm a little bit of a knucklehead, and I don't always catch you guys when you go live, because I think you guys got something on YouTube on Mondays and Tuesdays and Saturdays, right? But when's the next time that you're going to have some kind of other kind of event? David, the next best time that's going to happen, believe it or not, Derek for the first time is going to do a 3-day challenge. That's going to be May 20th, 21st, and 22nd, where Derek is going to do 3 intensive days of hardcore training. How do you start, scale, and grow your independent living facility? The challenge is by day 3 that you leave with the confidence, the tools, and the know-how to start your own independent living facility. How does that sound to you? Man, that sounds great. It also sounds like what Derek says all the time. That sounds like a cheat code to getting started. So I'm actually going to go to that website now. I'm going to check it out. I know I gave you my word last time that I was coming to that conference and I didn't make it. But you can assure I will not miss this 3-day challenge. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. David, you're such a knucklehead, and I know you're going to forget anyway. Make sure to join us every Monday and Tuesday on our YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Eastern, but also every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right on our YouTube channel at Forster Consultants. That way you can get a lot of learning and the know-how until the event. Because you, David, I know you, bro. You're going to forget. So don't forget, every Monday and Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you there.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Give it up for David and Dennis. And as I said, man, y'all be patient with David. David's kind of like me. He's a little bit of a knucklehead. But Dennis, as you can see, Dennis is sharp. He's on it. And Dennis attended FCU, Forster Consultants University. So he's super knowledged in the ILF model. So I'm going to go to the chat. I want to answer some questions. If you haven't put it in there yet, let me know. So Jasmine says, well, I don't know if it's Jasmine, but Jazz says, should the property be secured before getting a monthly sub or the mentorship? I disagree with that, Jasmine. To me, you'll be hustling backwards if you go and get a house and then you call me, right? That don't work that way. You should get the coaching first and let me guide you along the way of when to get the property. Because Jasmine, what I would hate to happen is you to get a property and you sitting on it praying that God fill it full of people. No. Advertising and marketing happens before anything. So watch this, y'all. If I want to start a chicken shack tomorrow or next Friday, guess what I'm going to do today? Facebook family, guess what? The best fried chicken you ever tasted is coming to you next Friday. We got spicy, Cajun, and Louisiana style. And it's only $10 a plate for the 6-piece wings, French fries, and a check soda. I do that before I ever go to the grocery store. Watch this. Even the 3-day challenge that's coming up on May 20th, guys, I was advertising that 2 weeks ago on other forums. And watch this. I ain't even finished building the website. I mean, the actual landing page, my team doing that. But none of that's done. But notice how I'm already advertising it. Same with the housing, Jazz. You want to get the coaching and the advertising and marketing first to tell people what's to come. It's backwards if you go and get a house and say, hey, guys, I got a house. Come feel it. Today your post says this. I'm so excited what Butterfly Solutions is getting ready to do in my community. If you're a social worker or case manager needing clean, affordable housing for your residents the day of discharge, give me a call at Butterfly Solutions. This is exactly what we do. We advertise before we get the house. I'd rather have a waiting list of people. You ever been to a restaurant where the line wrapped around the corner before they even open the door? Again, Jazz, just like way back in the day, because we don't do this now, y'all, do we? I don't know. But when you went to the club, sometime before the club door was open, it was a line wrapped around the corner. That's how you knew it was going to be a great night in that club. Am I lying? We didn't all start in church. I clubbed all my life, y'all. Don't lie. And sometimes, even in the VIP line, you're just waiting. I found out years later that was a marketing strategy. Made people stand in line, lock the doors, so when I drive by the club and see that, oh my God, it's going to be thick tonight. We're going to be in that place. Tell me y'all didn't do that. That's marketing. So Jasmine, no different. I'm so excited about my housing program that's getting ready to open. If you're a social worker case manager, send me a DM as we're having an open house in 2 weeks. Jasmine, I did that before I ever got my first place. And let me give you some advice to slow it down. 8 years ago, I went on Facebook and posted this, and it's still there now. Guys, I didn't have a house. I didn't have a rental, and I was praying and begging God for one. But guess what I went on social media and did? In 90 days, ladies and gentlemen, Second Chance Housing had its first independent living facility. Guys, I didn't even have the dadgum business yet. I was speaking in faith. Somewhere in that good book, I think it says, call these things that be not as though they were. My accountant is in here, who's very spiritual. If I mess that up, she'll correct me. But I think there's a scripture in the Bible that basically says, Derek, call it out until you see it. The real words, Angela says, call these things that be not as though they were. To the regular everyday person, that sounds like a lie. But to us people that are in faith, we call things into existence. Does that make sense, everybody, so far? So I said in 90 days, in 70 days, in 55 days, I just kept going down. Still trying to find a house. No house yet. In 30 days, oh my God, I'm so excited. Second Chance Housing will have its first facility in Orlando, Florida. God, that wasn't true. I was trying to get it. Jazz. In 15 days, I'm sweating now because I ain't got a house. In 7 days, and bam, that's when God gave me that first house. In that cul-de-sac, that blue house that I showed y'all earlier. That's what started all of this, guys. 90 days. 60, 30, in 7 days. And bam, that's when God gave me that. God, I cried like, and my wife filmed me. I cried like a baby. When I got that first house, which is all on camera, and I got that last couch in there, Jazz, and I put that area rug in that front part, had all the pictures on the wall. It's on my channel, y'all. I'm super transparent. Y'all, I cried. I was ugly. God, I thank you. Thank you, God. Cried like a baby, Rhonda. Because I knew that day was the day that I had prayed for all my life. Now, I want y'all to get the same taste of that. But the devil is a liar that I want y'all to go through the same trouble that I did. I want you to skip that part of the movie. So if you watch my movie, I want you to skip the part of where I went through the lawsuits, the Channel 8 news, doing this the wrong way. Guys, my program for the first 2 months was a clown show. Now, I just told you how I cried like a baby when I got it. But when I got it, Jazz, still didn't know what I was doing. See, that's the difference between y'all and me. Y'all got me. I didn't have nobody. Got this house, begging people to fill it. The place I worked at for 9 years, hey, y'all, I'm a housing provider. Now, y'all ain't going to send the people to me? Haters. They was hating on me. They was jealous of me. They was jealous of things, Chaz, that I hadn't even really got started yet. My first 2 to 3 months easily was a clown show. The police showed up every day. The ambulance showed up every day. The fire department came every day. Why? Derek bringing the wrong people, the wrong clientele, the wrong kind of person. That's what I mean. The bumps and the bruises, I went through it all. How you think we created our assessment? The assessment for us at Forston Consultants means a series of questions that allows me and you all to ask the proper questions to allow people to move in. There is no question off limits, meaning, hey, bro, you ever committed a sexual crime? Any sexual assault? Any murder? Like, there is nothing off limits for you to make a sound decision. I coach out of 100%. Most of y'all that come to us, my wife and I, 95% women, 96% women. So I coach you guys different than I would coach my big brother over here. Shout me out if you're a guy in the chat right now. Just say, hey, Derek, I'm here. I guarantee you, out of all the people here right now, I bet you 95% of y'all are women. If you a dude, if you a guy, shout me out in the chat right now, big brother. Because we need more males in this anyway, especially black males. Not to be racial or anything, but just need more black males in this. And I don't see nobody yet. So you're all women. Somebody's coming to, I'm sure. But so I coach y'all in a different way because I want y'all to be careful. Because remember, when you come under my coaching, you're just not my mentee. You're my family. So if you're a woman, the devil is a liar that you're going to not know what you're doing. And what's the proper assessment to gauge these people? Guys, I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. If you called my phone, I moved you in. That was dumb of me. But Miss Dorothy, with you and your husband sitting there listening, Dorothy, I was just trying to help people. Just like most of y'all, you got a big heart and you want to help. But if you do it the wrong way, it's going to put you on the Channel 8 news and a lawsuit that follows it. Ask me how I know. $40,000 lawsuit because the first step, dummy me, was I put Derek Forston on the lease instead of Second Chance Housing. Now, let me give you some free coaching right here. For my new people, you won't use the word housing like I did. That was dumb too. Found out years later. Watch this. Second Chance Housing. You will not use this word because at the bank, they view housing and real estate as a high-risk industry. I don't want you to be high-risk industry at the bank. I want them to say, hey, I love what you guys are doing, Miss Dorothy. Here's a bunch of money. But watch this. Banks hate real estate. So what I know today with my knowledge and understanding, everybody's under my coaching. In fact, if you're under my coaching right now, put your name in the chat, your business name. Watch what you get ready to see in the chat. None of them better have the word housing at the end of it. 5 of y'all under my coaching, put in the chat right now, what is your name? I want to prove a point to my new people. Because guess what I should have been, Miss Dorothy? I should have been Second Chance Solutions, Second Chance Project, Second Chance Foundation, Second Chance Enterprise, Second Chance Incorporated, Second Chance. Just by itself. Not Second Chance Living, not Second Chance Housing, not Second Chance Home. We don't put nothing that puts you in the state of real estate. The bank will view you as a high risk industry, and that's the difference from you getting $1,000 credit card in business to a $10,000. Me and you go to the bank right now with your name talking about housing, and I go with Enterprise, they're gonna give you $1,000, they're gonna give me 10 grand. Look at some of the names already. Reaching for Success Solutions. She also could have just put Reaching for Success LLC. Tremendous Joy. Notice there's no solutions, no enterprise, no problem. Amazon didn't use it. Thank you, Tia. Tia's my temperature check, y'all. If I'm getting too loud, Tia's job is to tell me to bring it down. My new people gonna say, wow, that lady Tia's being mean to Derek. No, she ain't. That's her job, y'all. Tia's got a job here. And because I speak so much and I got a big mouth, I tend to yell a lot, and that's not good for my voice. So Tia's job, that if I'm going too high, Tia, Derek, calm down, bro. Like, bring it down. And we make a joke out of it, right? So Tia's not being mean to me, y'all. She's doing her job because I'm getting too loud because I got to speak tomorrow too, okay? So that's the cool part about all of this stuff, y'all. Notice how you're getting this kind of coaching just for free. Can you imagine what my one-on-one coaching is like? And watch this, because I love to ask this. Can 3 people be honest enough to say, Derek, bro, I never knew that. I appreciate that, Derek, because I would have used housing too, Derek. Can 3 of y'all say, man, Derek, bro, that's cool, dog. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so one more time, I want 3 of y'all to put in chat. Derek, I didn't know that if I used the word housing, home, real estate, or living, that'll box me into real estate and housing. And I don't want y'all to be boxed in. That's why I want your name to be more generic. When Tia met me, she thought she was going to use Reaching for Success Housing. No, you're not. When Charmaine met me, she thought she was going to use Tremendous Joy in housing. She said, Derek, you know what? I don't really like that enterprise and solutions. And she said, what if I just go Tremendous Joy? No problem. Even better, because Amazon didn't use solutions. So I want you to be just generic. Amazon, Walmart. Amazon's name says nothing about logistics, and you ordering stuff and they drop it off in one day. Don't say that. It just says Amazon. Can 3 people tell? Because I usually love it when people are just, wow, bro, I didn't know that. That's the knowledge of what I want you to know because I did it. So can 5 of y'all also agree that, can y'all see that my whole coaching style is because people hid it from me? I want y'all to get the thing that the girl said, Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro. One thing I like about her, though, y'all, she was honest with me. She said, Derek, I'll never teach you this. You keep sending me these clients, Derek. You stay the social worker. The devil is a liar. I said, I'm finna get off of this job. And this is what I do for the rest of my life now, along with the other 8 businesses that we have. Okay? I'm going in the chat. Do I need to take home out of my business name? In my opinion, if you under my coaching, I would change it. I would do an addendum to that because I don't want you to be boxed in at the bank. The bank hates real estate. They love solutions. They love enterprise. They love consultants. They love consulting. They love foundation. Sounds like a nonprofit. They love project. They love group. Big names. Make sense? Angela says, I didn't know that. Perfect. Love that. Let me see. Who else? Is it anybody besides me and Angela? Because I didn't know either, Angela. Cynthia said, I didn't know that. Give me one more person. Now, boom, Elaine said it. I'm happy. If I can do that only because I want you to be bankable. That's the name. Now, watch this, Elaine. The social worker don't care what you call this thing. You can call it an orangutan. Who cares? The social worker don't care what you call it. This is for banking purposes only. And I'll admit, I'm such a good coach. I don't just coach you on how to do this. I want you to be bankable. Because most of y'all were just like me, and you ain't got no money to really put into this thing. But what if you got halfway decent credit? I teach you that when you go to the bank to open up this account, apply for business credit immediately. If you got probably a 680 to a 7 whatever, they're going to probably give you 10 grand per bank. And I ain't going to go deep into my coaching right here, but I coach my people to go to 3 banks a day. Start at 8:55 in the morning, and you should be hitting 3 banks a day over a span of 3 days and get business credit from all of them. I learned that after I got into business. I was like, ooh, you can just get an LLC and go to 3 banks a day, and they'll give you 10, 10, 10. Yeah. I paid $20,000 for a course that taught me that. People teach that on YouTube. But I tell y'all, even the course I took this past week, some of y'all knew about it. I took 2 courses because I always make myself better and smarter because I'm not some genius. I take a lot of coaching and classes myself in business. I took 2 courses this past week, and one was $100. Simple. The other one was 10 grand. I'll admit, I learned just as much from the one from 100 that's going to flip my business upside down. God is being so good to us right now currently, but these 2 classes I just took, it's going to elevate my life even more. That's why y'all need coaching too. And watch this. If you got a coach that don't have a coach, get rid of him right now. I got several coaches in certain parts of my life and business. I got over 7 coaches, y'all. 4 of them don't even know me. Watch this. Out of my 7 coaches, 4 of them don't know me. Well, Derek, how he your coach? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, his books, just following him, bought the coaching. The other 3 is one-on-one coaching like this, like how y'all get me. Because I got about 7 coaches that just pour into me in these past few days. And thank y'all for allowing me to do that. I took off Monday. What were the days? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are my 3 days in both of those classes. One class was $100, 3 days. Other class, 10 grand, 3 days. None of them I can pick up the phone and call them outside of those 3 days. Y'all coaching, y'all get my personal phone number. So everything that I spoke about today should make this a no-brainer for anybody that wants the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Make sense, everybody? All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we're coming right back.
Have you ever wanted to open your own group home? Were you told that you needed a license from the state? Were you told that you had to hire staff? You were probably told that you had to own the property, right? Let Forston Consultants introduce you to Independent Living Facilities, ILF, which are group homes that do not require a license, staff, and you don't have to own the property. At Forston Consultants, we walk you through the entire process of how to operate your own independent living facility. We don't just give you a bunch of videos to watch on your own, which could get confusing. Here is what you need to do next, in this order. Step number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants for tons of secrets on how to start your own independent living facility. Step 2, sign up for our webinar at forstonconsultants.com to learn more about this great opportunity. Step number 3, purchase our best-selling book, How to Open an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. Step number 4, contact us for your free consultation so you can quit your boring job in the next 90 days.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. So again, thank y'all so much for being here and being with me for an extended amount of time. A lot of you guys were here from the very beginning. Again, I want to give a big shout out to all of the TikTok people that I promised over 2 hours ago now that I will show you guys a lot of footage versus just that one picture. So if 3 of my TikTok people could either call me a liar in the chat, say, Derek, you delivered, bro. Like you did exactly what you said. Because I promised my TikTok people that they will see way more than just that one picture. Right? The YouTube channel is way more interactive. Let me know in the chat if that's true or whether you want to call me a liar. No problem. Okay? So who's ready to get started, first of all? Who's ready to get started? I also want to go to the chat and answer some questions. If you have any, if you're just soaking up the information, let me know. But if you guys got questions, and I see a few people that says, man, I never knew that, Derek, about that whole name thing. Guys, your name is very, very important in terms of what we do. So look at the Pierre family, Owner Solutions. What does that mean to her? I'm sure that's a meaning behind owner that maybe y'all don't know. So Miss Pierre, if you want to share that, you can, because under my coaching, I always tell you guys, make sure that name means something and that's a meaning behind it or a story. What is the story behind your name? Social workers and case managers, guys, really like that. So prime example for me, my story behind Second Chance Housing is this. Because I was a social worker, I understand the kind of people that we're housing. So my saying and my slogan is this: no matter how many times you screwed up in life, the day you meet me and my team, today is your second chance. That's how I thought of my name and the slogan. So what does that mean for you? Tia, put it in the chat. Anybody that's already chosen the name Nova Valor, tell us what that means. What is your story behind that? Make sense, everybody? I would love to see that. Okay? Elaine says that she's ready. Good stuff. Miss Rhonda said that she is ready. And again, man, there's some special stuff going on. So as we always say, don't wait to be great. Again, guys, there's another question again in the chat about how much is that coaching? $5,000 for the one-on-one. And remember, the $5,000 is for the coaching and the transformation of your life. The website build out, free. The paperwork for that cost me $8,000, free. Your lease agreement, your what's that one that we signed to? Release of liability. Oh my God. That's probably one of the most important pieces of paper that I give you. And let me break that down just really simple. Guess what the release of liability means, Dorothy? That means that when I move in Travis, Robert, Big Joe, Brad, and Bruce, when they move into my place, nobody moves in without signing my paperwork, Dorothy. And one of those pieces of paperwork says, now I'm going to give you the janky version, then I'll give you the clean version. The janky version says this: after you sign this paper, I don't care if this house burned down to the ground with all of your stuff in it, you can't hold me liable. Your book bag, your computer, your bag of Doritos, your ham sandwich, your phone charger, whatever you got in here, I want to be released from all liability. If you fall and bust your head wide open and bleed everywhere, I'm released of all liability. If you get cut in the kitchen, I'm released of all liability because you signed this paper. Dummy me, I didn't know none of that in the beginning, y'all. So guess what happened to me? Lawsuit. I didn't have no paperwork. Tia, I'm getting loud again, Tia, but it's part of excitement, Tia, but part of not wanting to see them make the mistake, Tia. That's why we give you the $8,000 worth of paperwork that my lawyer charged me. I can show you the receipt, y'all. In fact, I'm going to have my Jess. Jess is my assistant, y'all. Jess and probably Hermie. You guys are probably both here today, or if you're going to see it later on the replay, if you're listening to me right now, pull that receipt from the $8,000 worth of paperwork and turn it into a slide. I want to show the people what we paid for this paperwork. It's about 6 different documents. Everything from your lease agreement, which I'll admit, we don't even call it a lease in what we do. Ding, 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 ding. But your lease agreement, release of liability, the handbook, the rule book. Page 6 of your rule book is the most important because it's all 10 of our major rules in bold, highlighted writing. Make sense, everybody? Your rule book comes from me. You just put your name on top of it. Kelly Solutions right on top. Kelly Enterprise. Whatever you choose that name to be. God's Chosen Solutions. Whatever you choose. And all the paperwork that we give y'all, we give it to you in a document that you can also add to it. So what if you say, hey, Derek, I noticed that you don't have on rule number 5 that they shouldn't drink red Kool-Aid in their bedroom. Derek, I don't want them drinking red Kool-Aid in my house. Well, you put it because I didn't put that. No problem. You add whatever it is you want to that thing. Don't take away no rules, Miss Elaine, but you can add however many you want to. And one more time, I'm going to pretend that if you just joined us, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is your next best move in business and in life. Because you can do God's will, help people. Your community going to respect you while you're doing it. And my prayer is that you make enough money to feed your family and build the kingdom of God. Make sense, everybody? That's what this is. Back to a few marketing strategies. As y'all know, we big on marketing. And most of that for us is going to be through LIFT, L-I-F-T. Can somebody remember what LIFT means? In fact, I got a surprise. If you're not under my coaching and you type in what LIFT means right now, I got a special scholarship I'll give you right now to go towards the coaching. Type in what does LIFT mean to me. If you're not an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, you guys don't count. If you joined us, what was today, Saturday? That means you had to join me Tuesday of last week or Monday. What does LIFT mean to us now when we're talking about social media? You must be able to lift your business. What does LIFT mean? If you're under my coaching, type in what does LIFT mean. No, excuse me, if you're not under my coaching, because I want to give something away to the first person that do it. Now, if you lost, don't worry about it because I'm going to still tell you. But what does LIFT mean? I'm going to take a quick 15-second break. I'm coming right back.
We figured out your problem. You have a great business or a great business idea. You just don't have a website. So visit digitalflowsolutions.net and get the best website in the world for only $97. And then you just pick your monthly plan. Let's get back to the content.
All right, I'm back and I see nothing in the chat. So that means either y'all don't know, you forgot, or you're new to me. But let me help you. As my grandmother used to say, let me help you. She didn't say, let me help you. She said, let me help you. So LIFT for us means LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Somebody put that in the chat right now for me, please. LIFT and lifting your business to the highest height possible means that you get on LinkedIn the professional way. You get on Instagram, which is fun and jazzy and kind of full of young and old people. You get on Facebook, because Facebook go way back, got young and old people. Then you got to get on TikTok. 95% of the people that fight us for the need for housing are social workers and case managers scrolling through TikTok on their lunch break while they're eating a cheese sandwich looking for housing. So LIFT simply means LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. That's what you need to get this out to the open, along with your word of mouth. Now, obviously, I got a big mouth. I talk all the time. But people that know me now, you guys have no clue that really this is not me. I didn't become this talkative, loudmouth guy until I got into business. I learned real fast that if I'm not talking, Shay and I gonna be broke and in the poorhouse, and maybe y'all gotta house me and Shay. But as long as I keep running my big mouth, the money just pours in because we're changing lives of people through the information. That's why I'm starting this new coaching plan where I'm going to be coaching coaches. I've never done that, but I want to show you guys, like, I ain't gonna say I mastered it. Like my coach, like a few of my coaches made anywhere from 80 to 100 to 150 a month in coaching and in teaching. Now, I'm not there yet, right? I want to be, but people that are coaching me make 50 and 80 and 150 grand a month just by teaching people. Just like my YouTube channel that y'all get for free right now on Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, my coaches charge for this stuff. Now, this is my promise back to the world and to God. To say, God, I promise you that if you let me get in it, I'll go all over the world teaching it. So that's me doing this every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. Nothing to do with y'all. That's just a promise I made many years ago that I'm still keeping that as a promise. But I'm going to start a new coaching plan that where I'm coaching coaches. What if you bake cookies? What if you bake cakes? What if you're a painter? What if you day trade? I don't care what your skill set is. It needs to be in a course and an ebook. All of my knowledge today is in a course and ebooks. And I want to help people do that. So probably 3 to 4 months from now, I want to finish a lot of things that we have on our plate now. Like I got a speaking engagement in Fort Lauderdale on the 28th. I got a lot of stuff coming up, but I want to finish all of that. But in 3 to 4 months, I'm going to come out with a plan, a coaching plan that teaches consultants and coaches how to be the best version of them and how to turn this skill set that you already have in your head, in your heart, and turn it into an e-product. Coaching or some kind of recorded coaching, because some of y'all, it terrifies you to get in front of a camera. But what if you recorded it as a pre-coaching? People can buy that from you. So I'm going to start that probably in about 4 months. And that'll be a new thing for sure in 2026, where I'll be coaching coaches, coaching consultants to turn what they already have inside of them into a product, which is a course and an ebook and then speaking engagements. Cool? If you are currently doing something or you have a skill set, say, Derek, I would like that too. Just let me know if you're here and you got a skill set. You know how to sew. You raised a family as a single mother. All of y'all got a story inside of you. My job is to get it out and turn it into a product, course, curriculum, so that you can help people. Some of y'all's, how can I say it? Some of what God has put on your heart to help people is not also just in this housing. It's this course in this in this ebook that you haven't put out yet. I hope that makes sense to a lot of people. I think God really blesses us because all the information that we give out, and it's life-changing. And the fact that I got free versions of it, right? Like that should be very helpful for a lot of people. So Miss Rhonda, thank you for putting that in the chat. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Those are the ways that we get the word out about who we are and what we do. Another way is joining 10 Facebook groups a day. So when you got a virtual assistant, they can do all of this stuff for you. But if you guys don't have a VA, this can be tough, right? So joining 10 Facebook groups a day is a great idea. This is one of the newer things that we have, which is local radio now. Referrals. That's how we get a lot of our people too. So local radio has been very inexpensive for us. Like you can buy a 30-second ad y'all for like $25. So no matter where you live at in your city, there's a Christian radio station that a lot of people listen to. That's going to be your more affordable route, and then going to the secular. But Christian radio guys can be very affordable. They usually struggle with making money, and the deals they give y'all for advertising is genius. So again, it can be you live or it can be a recorded commercial. That's like 30 seconds for $25 that runs 25 times a day from 8 to 5 p.m. We do a lot of that now. So people hear my big mouth on the radio. As y'all know, I'm live on radio every Friday at WOKB 1680 a.m. with my accountant and my wife every Friday. Okay. In fact, yesterday they had it and I was not there because I was at that other event. But we're on radio every Friday, guys, running our big mouth about what this is. So local radio, I want you guys to also look into that. These are just 2 slides that you all can just take pictures of when we talk about what is the income that you can make on a 3-bed, 2-bath at $700 per bed. Obviously, wherever you live at, the prices are going to be different, right? So if you live in New York or New Jersey, these are not your prices. If you live in California, that's not your price. If you live in Macon, Georgia, that's not your price. So my coaching will help you price exactly what it's supposed to be. So this is that 4-bed, 2-bath. Now, again, the more people you help, the more money that you make. That's just in life anyway. But with this model, how genius of God to put this like this. We're housing people that can't afford an apartment and can't afford to buy a house. So you're the in-between between the dumpster and the street, or your ILF, your housing model. That should be exciting for a lot of people. Okay. And right here, just to show you a few of these marketing strategies. I know I'm going super long today, but I appreciate you guys allowing me to hang out. Because normally when it's me and Shay or just me, I'm usually gone a long time ago. There's a lot of new people here, so I want to just give a lot of value and give you guys a choice and a chance to get involved in it. The marketing strategy for us looks like this. Again, this is one of multiple ways. Can you guys imagine 21 social workers walking through your ILF? I think 17 people made the picture, but I think 21 to 24 people came that day to view our newest ILF. That same ILF that I told you guys that Shay and I bought it and we rehabbed it and fixed it. This is it. So again, these people, me and one of our tenants, right, Miss Anita, but these people need this. They want this, but it's more of a need than it is a want. Chocolate candy is a want. Housing is a need, and this is exactly what you guys are doing. Make sense, everybody? So we call this POC, and it's called proof of concept. I want them to see what it looked like. See it, smell it, feel it, touch it. Because most people that do what we do, y'all, they trying to hide it because the conditions are just so bad in it. We are the opposite because we want people to see what it looked like. Make sense, everybody? She says, I came up with reaching for success is to give a person that has fell down and they need helping hand to pull them out of their current situation to better them. So that's what reaching for success means for Tia. Told you guys 6 minutes ago, what is your name of your program? What does it mean? Tia just told you. Somebody that fell down, now here's a hand up, not a handout. Sounds like Tia saying we don't give handouts at reaching for success. We give a hand up. Is that about right, Tia? Because I can imagine, I know Tia. Tia doesn't give a handout. Give a hand up. Because everybody don't need your handout. Some people only need a hand up, right? To kind of keep them where they're going and keep them guided in that direction. And then we love to show this as well, too. When you've mastered the art of housing people, what else can you do? So my wife that runs this from a nonprofit standpoint, guess what she does? She brings in the pedicure. She brings in the manicure. She brings in the services to show the love of God versus being somebody over the head with a Bible. I don't say, go to church, read the Bible. We show the love of God through pedicures and manicures. And they say, ooh, Derek, do y'all go to church? Because if y'all do, I want to go. That's the best way to lead people, guys. Some of y'all women get y'all nails done, y'all feet done, you put on makeup every day. Can you imagine doing this for a lady that's never had a makeover? Never had her hair washed and blow dried professionally? Never had on makeup and had your hair done? Look at the before and after of these, y'all. We got the videos of where they walked into the mirror because the person that did their makeup didn't allow them to see what they looked like before they were done. And some of y'all, it'll bring you the tears of what their response was when they walked in front of that mirror. This young lady in the red says, oh my God, is that me? She couldn't believe what she looked like. And even after this shot, her hair got done. She was giving clothing, took them out somewhere to go, to be seen. You tell women they're to be seen and not heard. How do you say that, but you don't show it? Some of these women were very loud. Hey, teaching them how to be women. Dress them up. Get them looking nice. But do we just sit at home? Or do we take them out to be seen and not heard like you promised, Derek? This is the love of God. How many of y'all say, wow, Derek, like I would do this too, bro? So again, why do you think we always say, stop procrastinating? Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. All of these women would have been homeless, on drugs, sleeping behind a dumpster without my program, without the love of God working through us to provide this space. Remember, I told you guys over 2 hours ago, forget about Derek. I'm a nobody. This is the love of God through real estate. Because what my prayer has always been for all of y'all, and some of my new people, you never understand this until it happens. I'll say one day, and I'm going to just go to the chat, and I'm going to pick on, I'm going to just pull a name. Let me see. I'll pick on Tia's family. I'll say, well, no, I tell you what. I think I lost that point. Hold on. I think I lost it. And if I did, I'll just come back. Yeah, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to go back to the question. Put in the chat, would you like to offer something like this for other people? Because remember, this is your program. And because Shay runs it for the women and I don't, Shay didn't pay for this stuff, y'all. Does that make sense? Shay didn't have to say, hey, girl, you do nails? What you charge? Who here does nails that wants to pour back into my women at my program because they've never had a manicure or a pedicure ever before? Who wants to show the love of God through their business as a donation? Quani, that's how we say that. Not, hey, who do nails? And my girl, what you charge? Who wants to volunteer and show the love of God through your business? Because when you do, I'm going to pray that God blow your socks right off of your feet and bless your life and your business because of what you've done for my program and my people. Put in the chat if this is something that you guys would want to do. Cute and Jarvis said, yeah, me. Dorothy said, me. Cute and Jarvis says, it's about action. And that's what I meant, sis. How dare we dress these women but don't take them nowhere? When you just told them women are to be seen and not heard. Well, Derek, let's be seen. Where we going? Where we going, Mr. Derek? That's what they said to me, Corny. Derek, where we going now? Let's go. And y'all should have seen it, man. It was absolutely beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. So I've said this quote. I want y'all to steal that. Take a picture of it. Post it today. Write it on your mirror. I want 5 of y'all. You don't even have to tell me who you are. I want y'all to take a picture of that, print it, and put it on your mirror. Because most of y'all said that God's called you to something like this. The devil is a liar that you're not going to move on the thing that God called you to. So procrastination, again, is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. Guys, try not to, not move on that if God's told you to, right? I'm going to show you guys a clip real quick. And again, when people ask me, well, Derek, why are we needed? Take a look at this and we'll be right back and we're going to talk about it.
Take a drive down Los Angeles' Skid Row, filled with tents, people, and growing frustration.
If I can get back into another residence, then I won't make the same mistakes I made before.
According to new federal data, a record number of people are now unhoused, more than 653,000, a 12% population increase since last year. Mel Tilakaratna runs a nonprofit that provides free showers to people living on the street.
The system is completely overwhelmed.
Tilakaratna points to a rise in housing costs, the opioid epidemic, mental health issues, and the migrant crisis as factors exacerbating the problem in LA.
We have families, asylum seekers to families in LA who become homeless, and prior where we would be able to send them to a motel or a shelter within a couple of days, now there's absolutely no resources.
These issues are also creating friction in major cities. Back in September, New York Mayor Eric Adams revealed new fears as tens of thousands of asylum seekers flooded the city.
I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City.
In Phoenix, the city recently...
And again, guys, why can't we be a part of that solution? Right? Somebody type in the chat, I am the solution. I want 10 people to type in the chat, I am the solution. And if you have a program already, put your business name in it. In faith, use a business name. Second Chance Housing is the solution. When people think of housing in my city, guess who they think of? Me. And I'll be honest with you, don't think of Derek. They think of Second Chance Housing, guys. Forget about Derek. One thing that I was getting ready to tell you guys earlier, I think it slipped. I tell you guys one day that it's going to come a day where some people are not even going to know you as your name. There's a lot of people that don't know Derek, but they know Second Chance Housing. Sometimes, guys, I'm in rooms, and this feels really good, guys, and it's going to happen to all of y'all. One day, y'all going to be in rooms where people are talking about you, meaning about your program, but don't even know it's you that is connected to. I've been in rooms, y'all, where people have been talking so good about Second Chance Housing, they have no clue that I'm the guy. And that's a prayer that I prayed many years ago. God, can you allow me to build something that's so big that is bigger than me? God, this ain't about me. This is about Second Chance Housing and the work it does in my community. Not Derek. Forget about Derek. Remember what my prayer was. God, I decrease so that you can increase inside of me. That's an everyday prayer. God, can you decrease Derek? Because Derek goes all kind of ways. But God, can you increase second chance housing, which is the tool that is saving my community? That's what that means to me. And today, my message to y'all is to move at the speed of instruction, or the better way, move at the speed of revelation. Make sense? Because again, God has put this on most of y'all heart. Okay? So before I go, because I got a little bit more time left, but before I go, if y'all appreciated this, I don't pass around an offering plate or a bucket and ask for no money. But we do live off of Google reviews. It's also the first step to getting any kind of scholarship or discount or anything that we offer. It starts here. So if you guys appreciate it or just say, wow, Derek, you opened my eyes to something new today, bro, put that on that channel right there for us. We appreciate it. Because that's your thank you back to us. Because a lot of people won't even buy something until they read a review. So our prayer at Fortune Consultants that if somebody reads your review of what you said, and then they make a decision to move on it, man, I want God to bless the socks right off of your feet. And that's my prayer. So I would appreciate if 10 of y'all can scan that right there and say, Derek, man, I appreciate this class. 5-star. That's all you owe me. And then if you just so happy to want that coaching, that's going to kind of give you a little bit of a wink scholarship. Okay, so it kind of starts there. So, but even if you don't, and you just appreciated what was said today, I would appreciate just if you said, Derek, thank you, bro. You don't owe me no money. You don't write me no check. I don't pass around an offering plate. But if you can just scan that and give us a 5-star Google review, that would absolutely delight me and my family. Okay? Makes sense, everybody? So I'm going back in the chat. I'm going to drop all of this stuff out of my way because I'm not coming back to this. So I'm going to move all of these slides, except for the Google one really quickly. I'm going to leave that one for a little while. Because again, I would appreciate if about 10 of y'all can just scan that and say something really nice about me and my family or the coaching. We would really appreciate that. And then I want to talk again about some of the coaching because somebody texted a question that seemed that you're still a little confused. So the DIY, in fact, let me just bring it up. Also, if you can multitask, go to forstedconsultantsrightnow.com/products and services, and we'll talk about the consultation. The one-on-one coaching, guys, as I said, has always been $7,500, and it's called the ILF Mastery Blueprint. But for the whole year of 2025, it's only $4,997, $3 away from $5,000, and I covered the tax. And as I told you, the $5,000 is for the coaching and for the life transformation. People only come to me when you want your life to change. That's what God has put me on assignment for. If you want to change your life and resign from your job, I'm your guy. And not because I'm so great. It's because God is all over this coaching model. He loves us. And our coaching right now is in 38 states of successful people. So this ain't concept. We do this. And a lot of people in this room right now is under my coaching, and we do this. I'll admit, the ILF Accelerator, we threw that out months ago. So that coaching in the middle don't even exist. And then the IMB says, Derek, I don't need you to hold my hand, bro. I can watch videos and follow direction. And the DIY, the only difference between that and my one-on-one coaching, you don't get me, you don't get my phone number, you can't call me. You can still come to YouTube. And then if you upgrade to that $47 a month special plan, that still puts you in our VIP community, even with the DIY. Now, the one-on-one people, you don't pay for nothing else individually. Y'all get everything that I do. So if I write a book next month, y'all get it without paying. IMB members are spoiled. I give y'all everything, right? So the ILF Mastery Blueprint, as you can see, has always been $7,500. But for this year of 2025, and trust me, that's hard to keep it that way, but $4,997 is what it costs now, okay? The do-it-yourself version was $997. This one's only $497 now. So as y'all can see, these prices are a lot different from what they used to be. So my new people, It's hard for y'all to appreciate it because you didn't know that. But now I'm showing you that this is not only $497. And this is what comes with the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the coaching, of course, the business consulting. And guys, these are all bonuses. The coaching for 1 year, or what I call for the rest of your life, that's the $4,997. The business coaching, bonus. Logo, bonus. Website, bonus. Virtual assistant, bonus. HRA coaching, bonus. That HRA coaching, y'all, was also $4,500 last year by itself. I put it inside of here. ILF paperwork, that's $8,000. You get it as a bonus. ILF contents, how to get the property, bonus. And I'll admit, this is the one thing that I will remove from this package starting probably next month. The MSI group coaching recordings, y'all, that class was $4,500 also by itself. That was 5 weeks of coaching that went for 3 hours every night. God, that means what? 3 times 5 is what's that? 6, 15? 15 hours of coaching in just that one thing. I'll admit that's being removed, and that's going to be a separate product starting next month. But right now, and again, if you IMB, you get it anyway. But that's one thing that I will move. Every ebook in all the communities, guys, those are all bonuses. I give you that stuff. So nothing you need is outside of this package. Okay? The DIY, which is now $497, still build your website, still get the HRA contents, still get the ILF paperwork, still get the ILF contents, still get where do I rent this property, Derek? That's in the ebook. The MSI group coaches, that's 5 weeks, 3 hours every night. In every ebook ever created. And that's not listed here. You still get the VA, the virtual assistant. And guys, remember, with your digital marketing plan that I give y'all, there's 3 plans, one for $37, $87, and $297. I give y'all the $297 plan because I'm a nice guy and I own the company. So you don't even get the 2 smaller ones, no matter which plan that you get. So those are the coachings. Okay, so right here is where I'll take questions specifically for coaching. So any questions about the coaching, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come right back and we're going to discuss only coaching questions. Anything about the coaching, let me know.
Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information. But just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right, we are back. We are back. So there's a question in the chat that says, Corny says, where's the best place for advertisement? Lyft. Corny, did you miss that whole Lyft slide? In fact, let me bring that up. I think I have a slide for it. Let me see. So the best place for advertisement is Lyft, which means LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Again, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And I'm actually talking about this next. I talked about this, I think, on last Tuesday. I'm actually going to bring this back up. But I want to answer questions specifically that are tied to the coaching. Who here is thinking that you want the coaching, but maybe you have questions? Okay, let me know now. Also, the first step to even getting your questions answered and even having a call with me is watching our webinar. But if you don't feel uncomfortable about asking right now, I'll take the questions right now. Anybody that's thinking about getting the one-on-one coaching but have questions about how to move forward, what are the steps, let me know. Put it in the chat. Because if I don't see any questions about that specifically, I am going to jump into that other slideshow to talk about some more of that other stuff, because some people may just want it on a phone call, which I also don't mind. Okay, so if you're kind of shy and don't want to ask your questions here, no problem. Okay, I want to shout out the Gibbons family if they're here. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Is Mr. Lee and family here today? If so, I want to shout them out real quick. I want to see if he's here though. Mr. Lee, are you here today? You and your family? You guys just joined our coaching probably what? Just a couple days ago? And you had your first onboarding actually with Jess on Friday. So I'm super excited because now you're probably on my schedule as of probably the week after I come back. So I just want to personally shout you out. So the Gibson family, whether you're here or not, I just want to be on the here and record it. I think you all heard me speak once or twice. That was it. And you knew this was for you all, and y'all bought immediately. So again, big shout out to you all. I appreciate that. Welcome to the family. And we pray that God's best is going to be all over your life, because you did move at the speed of instruction and you took a step. And now God is going to meet you halfway. And again, remember, the coaching is 1,000. It's 100. It's legit. And with God in it and with your hard work, there's no way that you can fail at this. Okay? So the Kelly family is ready. Missy Lane, talk to me about any questions that you may have. Or, because Shay's not here, I never take calls on Saturdays. I actually may even do a call. If anybody's, not just for questions now, that's for here. But if you say, Derek, I want the coaching, bro, but I want to talk to you about some stuff with me and my husband, no problem. I may even do that today. I'm a Monday through Friday business type of guy, but because I'm being a little let off the leash today because nobody's around me, Tia, you better not tell on me. Charmaine, you better not tell on me. I got a couple of people that have been telling me, y'all. Charmaine, you cannot tell Shay that I took a call on a Saturday now. Tia, don't you be texting Shay to my Derek. Tia, to my Shay. Derek taking calls on a Saturday. So if you guys got questions, let me know here. If not, I may extend that to a phone call today, but not for general questions, only for people that want the coaching. If you want the coaching, I may extend that today, even though you haven't watched the webinar, and that's the steps. Especially my TikTok people. Y'all ain't seen no webinar yet because you just found me today. But I'm telling you right now, if you heard this and you know God is in it and he told you to do this, we can do a call today. As long as Tia and Charmaine don't tell on me. Okay? But if they tell on me, then y'all might be, because if Charmaine tells right now, I'm going to tell Shay, Elaine, I'm sorry, I can't. So let me check the chat real quick. Tia said, "What are you talking about, there?" I don't know, Tia. See, I like that. See, Tia's on my team already. How do we get grants as a for-profit? I'll admit, grants are going to be a long shot for just a regular LLC or nonprofit if you're new. Now, if you've been in this already, that's going to be easier. But as a for-profit, you can just Google it. You can chat GPT it. If you got a VA, that could be the job to look for you grants. So even though Shay gets grants all the time, her VA still looks for me for grants for me for-profit, and I ain't got not one yet. So again, as a new person or somebody that's super new to this, grants is not going to be your theme. Nobody's going to give you a grant when you just got started in this. Remember that example I gave a while ago about time is going to pass anyway. So if you think about a nonprofit, get it today. Because the year going to pass us so fast. Guys, Tia just reminded me that today, this week, was week 1 last year when she met me about this. Tia, look how fast that time went by. Time going to pass anyway. So that's my suggestion, and that's usually step 1 for me. For everybody is to start a business. Get rid of your first and last name and get a business. Because remember, y'all, that's what my first $40,000 mistake was. Trying to do this just out the blue. I'm going to get you started. Get a business entity, LLC, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit. You choose. But make sure you get a business. Make sense? Who asked that? Quanty? Make sense? Let's see. Post a link to give a review. The QR code doesn't work if we are on our phones. Oh, really? Okay. Well, Quantity, I'm not very techy. I ain't gonna be able to do that. I don't know how to do that. So, but if you guys go to just Google Forston Consultants, that'll pop up and you can just do it from there. If you will. Because I'll admit, I'm just not super techy. I don't know how to do that. If Shay was here, she would have helped me. But if you guys can just Google Forston Consultants and just do it that way, I would appreciate that. Or you can do it after. So as long as you took a picture of it or you scanned it, because I guess, oh, let me guess. Who said that? Corner, you one of them Android people? We make fun of Androids. But if you got an iPhone, I've never heard somebody say that they couldn't do it while they were on the phone. But again, I don't know how that works. So again, I'm not a super techie person. So let me go back in the chat. Which entity is best? Personal preference. LLC is just fast, quick, and cheap. So most people love an LLC because it's just easy. Okay. That's what I got. She said, that's what I got to get it now. Okay. What are you talking about? Okay. So let me see. So the only person that's kind of maybe ready to move forward right now is, it looks like Miss Elaine. Jesse, have you done this with student housing? Now, me personally, no, but I coach a lot of people that do this for student housing. So if you live near a college, this is perfect. Like, that's a gem. Okay. So yes, Miss Jazz, we do coach people that do this from the standpoint of doing student housing. Nova Valor Project, Courtney says, I want to also grow this to a nonprofit. Good stuff. Great job of starting out as an LLC and then grow into that foundation. That's what Shay and I did. We started Second Chance Housing, and then Shay later when it got the Angela Denise Foundation. Okay. Let me see. I'm back in the chat. Thank y'all for the questions too. I super appreciate the questions. Versus, thank you 3 times. So good stuff. Cute and Joba says, I am the solution. Good stuff. Thank you all for also being super interactive in the chat today. That also helps me. That's what I got. Get it now. Good stuff. So yeah, so again, make sure that you all follow that first prompt by texting that phrase more info or the word new. Both of those will get you the same thing, but the word new actually will get you a free course. It's called ILF 101. And I think I want to do something crazy. I think I want to give some kind of a thing. Let me ask one more time, because if it's more than one person, I may do something crazy today. Besides, let me see. Who was that? Besides Miss Elaine Kelly, is it anybody else that was interested in the one-on-one coaching or the DIY? But the one-on-one coaching is what I'm going to do something crazy on, I think. Let me see if it's just more than just this one person. Because if it's not more than one, I may do that call with Miss Elaine. Are you available for a call today? Cute and Joyful, are you also in that number of wanting the one-on-one coaching? Let me know. I want to do something probably stupid crazy. And y'all know me. I do crazy stuff that's going to benefit y'all. Right? So let me know in the chat right now as we get ready to close down. Cute and Joyful, just so that I don't mix you up, you put I need it and then you put I am above it. I want to just make sure that I'm reading this correctly. Do you desire the one-on-one coaching? She put me, so I'm going to take that as a yes. So Cute and Joyful. And was it anybody else that was interested in the one-on-one coaching? So do me a favor, right? I never do this. I'm going to do this today. Both Cute and Joyful and Miss Elaine, both of y'all right now, that number that's scrolling below on the bottom of this screen, I want both of y'all to text me there and say, just type the phrase, let me see, I want it. Or I want coaching. Something like that. Dorothy, if that's you too, type that same thing, because I'm gonna do something stupid crazy today. I'm gonna bless y'all. And again, guys, please don't take this call with me if it's just for general questions. That's for YouTube. That's for, don't do that if it's just for questions. But if you say, Derek, I want the coaching, but I do got questions before I get started, that's okay. But this is not for like questions that I do on YouTube, right? Or your discovery call. Because don't forget, guys, everybody gets a free discovery call anyway. But the first step is watching the webinar by texting that number that you see below. And that leads to a free call for everybody. But right now, today, I'm breaking my own rules because I don't work or take calls on the weekend unless you're IMB or that you're in my elite group or it's an emergency. But Dorothy, I think Kwani is also, so that's Chloe in the thing. Okay, thanks for saying that. And then let me see, how do I set up my coaching? Kwani, are you responding to the thing I'm asking about right now? Because Kwani, if I can remember, you're DIY, correct? Are you asking for upgrade or am I mixing you up with somebody, Kwani? Because I'm not mistaken, Kwani's already DIY. Yep, so let me check my system to see who all text me because I'm going to actually jump on a call with you all today. Tia, don't tell on me, Tia. Charmaine, if Shay find out I took a call today, I'm going to care for either Tia or Charmaine. Hey, Tia, Charmaine, don't y'all let me down. Don't y'all tell Shay now. Let me check this thing real quick. Oh, wow, I'm not even logged. I'm going to have Shay log me into this thing. No worries. Okay. Yeah, so I should see an email or a message from Dorothy, Chloe, and Elaine. Is it anybody? Okay. All right, Tia. Charmaine says she ain't saying nothing. Charmaine just an emoji with her mouth zipped up. So if Shay find out, she may be on here live too and not even told me yet. Shay actually may be tuned in. All right, Tia. If Shay find out, I know it's going to be you because the new people wouldn't do me like that. So I'm looking for Dorothy, Chloe. Oh, and also add your number. If your number's not already coming up or you didn't fill the prompt out, say, this is Chloe at, and give me your number because that's how I'm going to call you. Okay? So it looks like, again, one more time, Elaine, Chloe, Dorothy, and that's it. Okay, cool. All right. So just to be super respectful for everybody else, any other questions or concerns, because remember, this phone call to me ain't just about questions about just general stuff. This is about coaching. So any other questions, any other concerns, and then I'm going to pray you guys out of here, and then I'm going to get you guys out of here because y'all been with me for what now? Yep, 3 hours and 22 minutes. In fact, y'all, I may even erase this room so that I don't get in trouble by my team because I am way over my time. But I hope this was a blessing. I'm being funny, obviously, but I hope this was an absolute blessing, right? For people that really wanted this, especially for the new people that said, Derek, I don't know you, bro, but boy, I love this information and the coaching. I want in, okay? And Chloe says, Derek, I'm already part of the deal. Okay, perfect. So I got some upgrade stuff for you all that's crazily unbeatable, okay? So that'll be, Chloe would be the only one, let me see, for the DIY who's already DIY, and then the other folks would be from scratch, right? Okay, perfect, because I don't see anything else from Kwani. Kwani, if you haven't left, let me know what you meant by how do I set up my coaching. Because if you're referring to DIY, then, you already have kind of gotten a deal of what that'd be, right? So the DIY people are pretty much paying that difference. But again, if you take this call today, that's going to be a little bit different probably. Like I'm going to be an extra blessing. So Kwani, let me know before we go, right? But other than that, I'm going to pray you guys out of here, and I'm going to make these 4 phone calls, and I'm going to go about my day. And what I love about Saturdays, y'all, I'll be honest, Sunday's the next day. And for most of y'all go to church or your place of worship. Tell God what you saw today and pretend that he didn't see it. God knows all and sees all. But you should tomorrow say, Lord, or after we're done, God, did you just see what you put me a part of? Lord, I want to be a part of that. And if Derek and his family are the team to do it, God, make the way easy. Because God, I want this because it's in your will, and it's gonna bless you, and it's gonna bless my family. That's what I call a win-win situation. So right now, I'm gonna get ready to pray you guys out of here. I'm gonna let y'all go. I thank y'all so much, and I want y'all to join me Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Write the word promise in the chat if you promise to join me Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go to church tomorrow, get fed and poured into, tell God what you heard and saw today, and tell him you won't end. And I guarantee you, he give you the permission because it's God's will. You don't even have to ask. I just love saying, get the proper permission and tell God about this. Pretend he never heard it. Make sense, y'all? Pretend he never heard it. I say, God, I want to get in this. Because it's his will. Why would he tell you no? It's going to help his people. It's going to further his kingdom. And your family going to benefit from it. Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown today. Thank you for the ability to give what you gave Shay and me. God, by your Holy Spirit, bring all of this information back to their remembrance and make it easy to understand. Father God, the devil is a liar today. He is under the feet of these people. The people that are under the sound of my voice right now, God, you're going to be a blessing to them. You're going to help them in real estate, and you're going to give them every resource that they need to make it come true. God, give us all the mind of Christ and an able body to do what you called us to do. Because sometimes, God, it's hard to do your will without the mind of Christ and an able body. So today, these people are healed, delivered, and set free. God, also release every resource, every case manager, every social worker, every piece of real estate, whether they buy it, lease it, or rent it. God, make the doors open easily. God, I struggle long enough for most of us. God, today the struggle is over and these people will succeed expeditiously. And God, before we ever get started and get our first set of keys, we give you all glory, all honor, and all praise. And God, today we pray that we decrease so that you can increase inside of us. God, we take no credit for how good you're going to be to us and these people. God, we give you all the credit. And Father God, be so genius to line up all the people that you are already set forward for us to house. Before this world was ever ordained and come to existence, God, you've already set the people up for us. You said the poor, the needy, and the widow is up to us to take care of. You said in your word, God, that we'll take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. You said, and we do unto the least of thee, the homeless, the marginalized, the displaced. God, you said it's like it's doing unto you. So God, thank you for a partnership. Thank you for covenant. Thank you for allowing us to put our hands to the plow of what you called us to do. And God, let no devil in hell stop it. God, you showed me a lady that was making 41 grand a month mistreating your people. God, these people won't do that. So give us the opportunity to change the life of our community through real estate. God, give us the mind of Christ. Give us an able body. Give us vision. Give us houses that we did not build. Give us land that we did not toil in. And Father God, we'll be ever so careful to give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. We'll take none of it. And God, again, make us 10 times smarter today than we was yesterday. Again, God, give us favor with you first. But God, give us favor with the city officials. Give us favor with people that control housing in our city. God, give us favor with decision makers in our city. That when we begin to talk about affordable housing in this model, it sounds like the best thing since sliced bread. So God, again, give us favor. Give us trust. Give us every resource that we need to make this possible. And God, I promise we'll give you all the credit. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. Amen, amen, and amen. If you guys agree with that, I think Shay's home now. I hear her screaming. Shay is, oh, hey, y'all, don't forget, don't tell Shay what I'm doing. She home and she gonna catch me, but y'all still can't mention it. I thought I was gonna beat Shay, but she's home, so I'm probably gonna get in trouble now.
What he here doing? What he's doing?
Why your breakfast over so early? Wasn't it brunch, like breakfast and lunch and like the beach? What you doing here?
I'm back.
Well, y'all wish me luck on my phone call. As y'all can see, the queen is home. She gonna find out I'm taking calls on the weekend. Yeah, babe, I got a few people set up on phone calls today. But shit, I promise it's not just about questions. And they ain't gonna be talking about, well, Derek, where do I get a house from? Shit, these people want coaching.
Gotcha.
So they feel like God has spoken into them and this resonated. So we having a few calls today. Tia, pray by strength, Tia. Charmaine, you see what just happened, right? Y'all pray for me. But anyway,
somebody got in trouble.
I pray God's best over y'all life. Say amen to that prayer if you believe it and you want it. And starting today, speak in. Hey, Shay, can you log me into Lead Connector? I need to pull those phone numbers from those 4 people. And remember, guys, keep God first and everything else falls into place. Also remember, move at the speed of revelation. And also remember, don't procrastinate, as procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to make these phone calls. Not sure who I'll call first. But all of y'all stand by, because again, I never do calls on Saturdays, but I want to just be a super blessing, and I want to bless y'all life. So y'all be great. Don't wait to be great, and we'll see you guys Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information, but just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's it. Also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.